I've got a golden ticket.
That's a winner!
Good morning, everyone. Live from DraftKings at Casino Queen. John, we're kind of on our own today.
Yeah, producer Russell has left us.
He left the building.
Yeah, but you know what I've always said, David. I can wing it with the best of them, my man.
Well, that's kind of what we're doing. I turned us on, and hopefully everybody can see us. Good morning, everyone. We got a great show planned. Today we have Pete Sipple, our fantasy expert, joining us here in about 30 minutes. Earl Barron is already in the house, and he's going to spend a lot of the show with us as soon as he turns the corner and comes and join us. One of the things that we really wanted to get to yesterday while we were on 590 was the Mike Leach story. So I know that you have something to share, so why don't you go ahead, John?
Yeah, Mike Leach was just that guy, wasn't he? Just one of a kind, innovator. Started the air raid offense. So for those of you that don't know, the air raid offense is a offense that pretty much runs the 2-minute warning every drive. That's what the offense is. 2-minute go. That's kind of what Mike Leach invented at Texas Tech. One of Mike Leach's first quarterbacks was Cliff Kingsbury, the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. So, Mike Leach was just a great innovator, well beyond his time, with offensive mind, and just a great guy. So, I do have a friend of mine that covered Texas A&M football for a while. It was when Texas Tech was playing A&M every year in that conference. So he told me a story that Texas A&M played Texas Tech, and it was about 2 a.m. and my friend Dallas was walking back to the across the football field at about 2 a.m. well after the game, of course, and to go to the press box and finish his story. He's seen Mike Leach walking across the field in the opposite direction coming towards him, and they were literally going to meet around the 50-yard line. So he thought, well, just ask him for a quick quote and head up to the press box maybe. That'd be great if he could. So he said, "Hi, Coach. My name's Dallas Shipp. I'm with the school newspaper here at Texas A&M." And he was hoping he could get a quick quote from Mike Leach. He said, "I know you've got things to do, but I'd really appreciate it if we could get a quick quote from you." And he said, "Dallas, is that your real name, or are you screwing with me?" And he said, "No, that's my real name, Coach. My parents were Cowboys fans." And Mike Leach said, "Well, I don't know if I'd really tell people that your parents were Cowboys fans, but other than that, he proceeded at the 50-yard line at 2:00 in the morning to talk to a kid from the rival school newspaper for about 45 minutes. He said they got into specifics about Mike Leach's offense and air raid and stuff, and he said he may as well have been talking to him in Portuguese because Dallas didn't understand a lot of it. But just a great guy, and Dallas couldn't believe he spent that much time talking to him.
Yeah, that's a nice story.
Yeah. Just an incredible guy, man. Have you heard his take on weddings?
I'm all ears. We got plenty of time.
That's an all-time YouTube clip. It's about 3 minutes long, and he says, "My advice is to elope. But since you didn't do that and you messed that up, my advice would be during the wedding planning is to work late, work long hours, avoid your wife, avoid your wife's sisters, avoid your mother-in-law, because they're all going to lose their mind. They're all going to ask you what you think. You're going to say, I don't care. What should we have for dessert? We can have the blueberry pie, I guess. Blueberry pie's fine with me. Well, what about the strawberry shortcake, David? Well, the strawberry shortcake's fine too. But I thought you said you wanted the blueberry pie." And it's going to go on in a circle like that. And you're not really they're going to say, well, you don't really care. Which is true. You don't really care. And then they're going to say, well, I want you to be involved in this too. We've all heard that. So Mike Leach's wedding planning take is incredible. It's 3 minutes long and just a college football lost a good one, man.
Yeah, we talked a little bit after our show on 590 last night, and you were telling these stories. He seemed like a really neat guy, and really young. But you also said that
61.
his health, uh, he sounded different for the last year.
Yeah,
you
this
know?
whole football season, after press conferences and interviews and stuff, he just had a scratchy voice, kind of cough to him. If you watch one of his press conference, he couldn't go about 2 to 3 minutes without drinking water and having a cough, David. And everybody just kind of thought in the back of their head, like, what's wrong with Coach? It just, something seems off. And, I listened to the Paul Feinbaum show this week, and there was a lady on there that he had befriended and throughout the years, and she actually worked at Iowa Wesleyan, which in their football program, it's a lower division school, obviously, but Mike Leach started there, and he got her a start there with the football program and stuff. But she called him about a week before last Sunday when he went to the hospital, and she hadn't talked to him in a while, and she just got something. Something came over her, said, I need to call him. He, of course, hadn't sounded good, and Mike Leach joked with her and said, it's nothing. I had the flu this summer, and it's just been lingering ever since the flu. It turned into pneumonia, and I'm doing good, and I guess he didn't know, but that goes to show what kind of stress these guys are under, man. Especially big-time college football coaches.
The older, they're yelling, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're yelling at players. They're yelling at the officials. Yep. I mean, I can't imagine. Like I said, how do these guys not just drop off? Drop off.
Compare NFL coaches to college football coaches. What do we know with the NFL? We know more players than we do coaches, right? Players are kind of a mainstay in the NFL. Now, players in college, especially with the transfer portal, these guys come and go as quick as you can build a new Dollar General or something, So, players come and go in college. So the brand and the coach are the biggest things at the college level. So that just adds to the kind of stress these guys are under. I wish they'd implement, you almost can't do this, but I wish they'd implement some kind of physical every 4 to 6 weeks for these guys.
Yeah.
Just to,
I've always wondered.
I don't want to see this happen again.
No. Yeah. I mean, you see every pros, whatever sport, they're all yelling.
Yep.
They're all yelling, and it's like their heart's ready to come out of their chest, right? Yeah. That can't be healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not once in a while, though, right? It's not once in a while. Do me a favor, real quick. Bring up our station. Make sure, see if that's not a little clear on mine. Let's see if it's coming in clear on yours. And does that look a little fuzzy? Let's see. Yeah. Sorry, guys. It looks a little fuzzy.
Yeah.
All right, Russell, if somehow you can see me, if the picture you guys want to let me know, whoever's watching, let me know.
Just how the picture fuzzy.
Looks. Little fuzzy.
We'll make it, though.
Yeah. Just see if we can figure out a way to fix that. That would be great, because it looks good on here. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to see how it looks.
But we do have we got 6 bowl games today.
6 bowl games today.
6 bowl games.
We got 3 NFL games.
We got 3 NFL games and a 10 a.m. start to the bowl games.
Yeah.
10 a.m.
All right, so before we get involved with Pete and Earl, why don't we go over that game?
Yeah, Louisville, Cincinnati. You'll never guess who Louisville's coach is today. He left. So Louisville's coach, Scott Satterfield, had been there since I think Bobby Petrino left in 19, which you'll never guess who hired Bobby Petrino as an offensive coach. Barry Odom. Barry Odom? Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Barry Odom's coaching at none other than UNLV. So Bobby Petrino went out there with him. I've never liked Bobby Petrino. I thought he left every program he's ever been in shambles. He kept Lamar Jackson in the game when they're up 55-7 against teams in 2016 to pad Lamar's stats, and that ended up costing Deshaun Watson the Heisman Trophy. That was Deshaun's Heisman. But, Dabo doesn't do that. He doesn't keep players in the game in the, late in the third quarter and fourth quarter when you're up 50-7. He wants to play everybody. He wins and loses with class. Bobby Petrino will just keep Lamar in the game 55-7 at the end of the fourth quarter to pad his stats for his Heisman. But, I just never liked Bobby Petrino. That's basically what I'm saying. He's kind of a scumbag. He got in that incident in Arkansas, and he's just left every place he's ever been in shambles. So he's going to go out there with Barry Odom. So in my mind, in my opinion, Barry Odom's kind of selling his soul to get a good offense. Petrino knows what he's doing with offensive football. Despite what kind of a person Petrino is, he's going to take a flyer and just say, all right, I just need some offense. I don't care. Come on. So, we'll see what happens there with Barry Odom and Bobby Petrino next year. But Louisville's coach has left. He's going to Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. They're playing Cincinnati in the bowl game. So I've never remembered a game where a coach left and he's going to the school that they're playing in the bowl game. But neither coach is going to coach. Cincinnati's coach left, went to Wisconsin, Luke Fickell. And then Scott Satterfield left and went to Cincinnati, of course. So the coach of the Louisville Cardinals today in the bowl game is Deion Branch. Do you remember Deion Branch, David?
Of course I remember Deion Branch. Yeah.
So the wide receiver, Deion Branch, is the coach of the Louisville Cardinal in the bowl game today. That's kind of wild. But, I don't know how either of these teams are going to be able to muster much of an offense today. This total is set at 39.
Another low total
just because it's Cincinnati. They don't score a lot. Louisville, both coaching staffs are decimated. Louisville's offensive coordinators left. Louisville's defensive coordinators left and went to Auburn. So these guys are just winging it, to say the least. They're just winging it. Malik Cunningham's out, Louisville starting quarterback. Yeah. This is at 38.5 right now, guys, and I don't know how they're going to get there. So I'm gonna take the under 38.5 for sure. This game may not get to 35, but 38.5 is a good line. I don't know how they're going to get there. Louisville starting quarterback, though, is a guy from the documentary Last Chance U on Netflix. So I seen him come in at the Clemson game, and he threw the ball really well that game, actually. Malik Cunningham got hurt before halftime, and this kid from Last Chance U, the Last Chance U kid, that's what we call him, he came in and was just throwing dimes all over the place, but a little too late in that game as Clemson was in control of it. But I don't know how they're going to get to 38.5 with half the offense out, all the coaches out, coordinators gone. It's a mess. Florida, Oregon State's next. Florida don't have a quarterback. He's gone to the NFL, Anthony Richardson. I think he could use a little bit more time, but hey, if these kids want to go get some money, go get some money. That's the way I look at it. I understand that, but I think the kid long-term could use some seasoning, another year at Florida maybe, but he's going to take his chances in the NFL. Oregon State's -8. I'd take this thing up to 10 probably. Florida's in trouble here. So that's in the Las Vegas Bowl. A little Las Vegas Bowl, David.
I like the Las Vegas Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Anything Las Vegas I like.
Yeah. Here's a funny Vegas story. So
just one?
Well, it doesn't involves people I know in this industry. There was a statisticians and physicists convention, okay? Vegas does conventions, right? Obviously. Just a few conventions. So they were in San Diego. San Diego didn't have enough hotels, ran out of hotels. The MGM said, hey, they raised their hand and said, we'll take all 5,000 of you, right? To get them over there. Well, the statistician and physicist group somehow never played any casino games hardly. If you think about it, they're statisticians and physicists. That's not really the target audience you want on a casino floor.
No, unless they're unfortunately playing blackjack against the casino.
Yeah, right? Unless you got to play in those games, you can have that slight advantage in for sure.
Right.
Yeah,
and you still don't want them.
Yeah, you still don't want them.
You still don't want them, right?
But, the Las Vegas Bowl anyway is Oregon State -8. We're going to take it up to 10, so I'd lay the points with Oregon State. And total sitting at 52.5. If I had to, I'd lean under, but I think Oregon State's going to score some points.
You want to bring these guys in and finish up with the picks, or you got?
Well, we can go ahead and do Southern Miss Rice real quick.
Let's do that.
Because Rice, as I say, David,
yes.
It's more of a starch than a college football
bubble.
program.
I am sorry to burst your bubble.
Well, it is what it is. They're sitting at 5-7. And they're like Mr. Irrelevant from the NFL, the last pick in the draft.
Yeah.
They're Mr. Irrelevant college football program because they're 5-7, and they had to go to a bowl because Southern Miss didn't have anybody to play. They ran out of 6-6 teams, so they throw the 5-7 Rice Owls in here, and the Starches are 6.5-point dogs. I think they're going to get decimated in this game. They're going to get put in the rice cooker, and it's going to be ugly. So I'll take Southern Miss minus 6.5 for that one. That's a good pick, actually. The Rice is sitting at 5-7. They should be 4-8. They made a last-second field goal to not be 4-8. But yeah, Southern Miss minus 6.5. David.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm afraid to press any buttons on this thing today, but I'm gonna play producer, and we're gonna bring in. You guys ready? All right, we are not going to commercial. We're just gonna bring you guys in because Russell is not here today, and I don't want to press any buttons. So I'm going to get you guys in here. Pete Sipple and Earl Barron. Clemson's going to guide the ship, and I'm going to pretend to play producer for a little while. So just hang with us, guys. We'll get everybody situated, and we'll be on our way. Yeah, Earl want to be on the end.
Pete's in the middle. Yeah.
All right, extra I'll take that.
All right, everything's on, guys. So just
Word.
Earl, everybody in a little bit. This way.
This way.
This way. This way. This way. Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
We're good to go. All right, we're good.
All right, guys. Thanks for your patience there. But I wanted to ask you, Pete. By the way, have you ever delved into the college football fantasy world? I know there's a lot of players and a lot of variances, but
I think that might be a little too much for me, honestly. Even though I'm a guy that loves to dive into stats and all that stuff, but I think that
college football has to be more of a DFS thing anyway.
It is, yeah.
Daily.
It used. I feel like probably 6 or 7 years ago, it was something I was a little more interested in. I mean, I followed college football a little more back then too, but I think especially with like all these new. I mean, I'm sure you know better with all the new sanctions of like players getting paid and stuff. I think that might have changed up the game for DFS.
Man.
But to be honest, I haven't looked into it too much recently. But it's definitely still a big market. I see there's big contests for it. So maybe next year we could.
Do they have a millionaire maker for the college world?
Not quite.
No, not enough players for that one.
Not quite a milli maker, but I'm sure they have some pretty big ones. So
do they have any college basketball?
I'm not sure.
I've
honestly,
never seen that.
Yeah. That one might be a little too much because the NBA.
There's 350, 360 something college basketball programs now.
Yeah.
That's a lot, Earl.
Oh yeah.
When you were at Memphis, how many Division I schools were there? You think? Not 300, probably.
Close to it, probably.
Close to it, probably. Yeah. There's like 360 now.
Yeah.
I seen that earlier a couple of weeks ago that there was 360 something because the Louisville Cardinal, after Rick Pitino left, and they had those recruiting sanctions, they are in trouble, man. They started the year,
Coming up?
No, they're in trouble the whole year. They're bad. They're awful.
Okay.
They are bad, guys. 0-9. And 0-9 against the spread. They haven't even covered a game this year. They've lost to Wright State, lost to Bellarmine.
This is Milt Wagner's first year, right?
Yeah. And he's left. The cupboard's bare.
Yeah.
The cupboard. They've got no guards.
Yeah.
The cupboard is really bare. So what do? They're 0-9, and they're 0-9 against the spread. They're playing Western Kentucky a couple of days ago. And Western Kentucky's a 7-point favorite, and which is wow, when's probably never happened in the history of Louisville basketball where Western is a 7-point favorite. But this Louisville team is awful, and so I'm like, oh yeah, let's do it. I even bought the line down and teased it from Western Kentucky -7 to pick them, and I put it in a four pick teaser. So you got to hit them all to make any money, but. I hit the first three. The first three come in, and I'm sitting here thinking, Oh, I've got the worst. They rank Louisville 361 of 363.
No way.
Yikes.
No way.
That
Wow.
bad. So I'm
That's
thinking,
not good.
oh yes, thank goodness, just get this Louisville game over with. Louisville can't beat anybody. They proceed to score 90 points against Western Kentucky
And beat them by how many?
and beat them by 15.
That's not
They've
good.
averaged about 53 all year.
I hear that
They
a lot.
scored 90, so
I hear that a lot.
unbelievable.
When you have a multi-game or a multi-bet parlay, it's always the last one that,
Oh, I know.
it's like the last game of the day, fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You need,
Just,
a touchdown or
Just to break our hearts,
Yeah.
I had a terrible beat in the Celtics-Lakers game this week. Did you see? Did
I
you
watched
see the
that. I watched
Celtics-Lakers
that.
game?
I watched the entire third and fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable. So I've got the under 238.5. I'm thinking it's like Lakers are winning in the fourth quarter. Boston had a big lead.
Yeah.
They blow it.
Lakers.
I was watching that game too. That was crazy.
That's
There's
sick.
so many runs in that game.
22-4 run.
Yeah.
Lakers got the lead.
Lakers take the lead.
They didn't
And
sub LeBron and AD at I think it was like the 4 or 5 minute mark.
Mm-hmm.
And the announcers were talking about it. And a lot of people don't realize, like, substitutions are kind of like tactical type, it's like chess. I'm gonna take my guys out, and if you notice, Tatum and Brown, they got their subs.
Absolutely.
And then they came in fresh
Mm-hmm.
when they had that big lead, and LeBron and AD kind of felt that they could do it, and you can just see at the those last couple minutes they were done.
Oh,
and
yeah.
in OT, they no legs.
Yeah.
Shots, they couldn't make shots. It was bad.
But I'm sitting here 238.5 under. I'm like, this is, I'm good. I don't care if the Celtics come back or not. It's
right.
I'm good. So what happens? They proceed to go to overtime somehow.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting, and it was so funny. You ever had a bet in and you're sitting here just waiting on it to cash, and you're sitting at your balance. You're looking at your balance and you're refreshing it over and over. Why has this not paid me yet? What's going on? Why am I not getting paid here?
Overtime.
And then I go look and it's an overtime. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me, right?
You had was it a four-game parlay?
No, it was just single bet.
Single bet.
It was a live bet.
Okay.
I did it while the game's going on.
Okay.
I'm thinking under 238.5. No, that's definitely going to hit.
Yeah.
They'll play a little defense in the fourth quarter, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they did. Everything's looking great. And I get the overtime bug. Like, oh my gosh, just sick.
No, yeah, that game.
Celtics was the spread, -3.5. They
Yeah.
win by 4.
No. I was gonna say because
Can you imagine having Celtics -3.5 and the Lakers had a big lead?
my buddies and I, we had Lakers +4 because we just did a quick
Off the hook.
Yeah, we just did a quick little bet, and we were talking about it, and we watched like the first half of the game, and Celtics are just killing them. They're up by like 20.
Yeah, it's like here we go again.
And then like on TNT, they show like on the screen like, oh, here's the live spread of the game, and it said like
that.
it said like Celtics -15. I'm like, oh great, just what you want to see.
Yeah.
And I like don't pay attention. I look up, and the Lake. What was the run? They went on like a
22-4.
yeah. I was like, and I'm like,
so
oh, the Lakers are winning. This is amazing. And then like the end of the game, they had no legs, no gas. They
Was
blew.
Patrick Beverly playing in that game?
He was not on the floor at I don't know if he played, but
Yeah.
he wasn't on the floor doing
Sometimes he's a little Energizer Bunny.
that stretch. Yeah,
He can energize those little runs sometimes.
They had Reeves on the court, LeBron, AD.
Yeah.
I don't remember Bev. Russ, of course, was on the court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember who
The most inconsistent of
guys.
inconsistents.
Lonnie Walker maybe.
Wait, was he? I think he might have been on the court.
Yeah.
But Russ, it was just everybody. I'm like, here's where usually where Russ misses. And one makes the layup. AD catches the lob. LeBron gets a couple dunks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh man, this Lakers team.
They're actually looking good. Yeah, they're looking good.
And then it just went.
Yeah, they looked good for about 5 minutes of the
Yeah.
whole game, and that was their 5 minutes.
The Jason Tatum show.
Oh
Yeah.
that shot he had to tie the game at the end.
That's tough.
He put LeBron on skates. It was like, man,
I watched a thing this offseason and during the summer of Tatum talking about for the first time in his life he got a chef. And because he noticed he was tired in the finals against Golden State.
Yeah.
And he said, that'll never happen again to me.
Yeah.
So,
that plays a big part, man.
Yeah.
And he's probably taking some notes from, Kobe and LeBron as far as taking care of your body, diet, chefs, hiring a chef. Because some people think they're eating right, but hiring a chef, you know exactly what you're putting in your body. You know, especially if your chef knows what he's doing. He or she knows what he or she's doing.
I'd like to see Tatum in Boston get a big man. That's what I'd like to see. A Siakam.
Got Robert Williams just came
back.
He's
got.
I like
true.
him.
I really like that guy too. He's awesome.
Horford was out in that game, I think.
Huh?
I think Horford and Robert Williams didn't even play in that game. So
no,
it's crazy to see that.
Yeah.
Boston was able to.
Yeah, are the Golden State Warriors ever going to wake up? They lost again last night, didn't they?
Oh, they did. I didn't see last night.
I believe so. Let me look. I think it was Timberwolves. No, Sixers. Sixers beat them.
Okay.
In Philly. Golden State scores 106.
Ooh. I mean, the stats I've seen.
I think
on
Curry
Embiid
was in street
year.
clothes, though. I don't think Curry played. Why did he not play? Let me
Celtics
see here.
Lost last
night.
Load management, I'm sure.
Left shoulder soreness.
Yeah,
that's like load management. Curry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was in street clothes, I noticed, in the fourth quarter.
No, they said he if you saw the replay of the game the other day when he went for the steal, he
did bang his shoulder up?
No, it wasn't
separated.
It was just, like he went to grab the ball. Like somebody was driving, he went to grab the ball, and it kind of
and the guy went up and he got caught.
It wasn't like a bump or anything. So those are the injuries that
you can stretch your shoulder.
Yeah. So those are the injuries that you kind of got to keep an eye on. So he might really be hurt where he's out for maybe a week.
I wonder, maybe it's because there's so much bigger in money investment in these guys than there ever has been in the history of the league. But with these TV contracts and these deals these guys are getting nowadays, I wonder if that's got anything to do with load management. We didn't see much load management like in the 90s and early 2000s and stuff, did we?
No.
Jordan
played every game.
Oh, yeah.
The Drexlers, the Isaiah Thomas, the Lane Beers, they played every game.
Yeah, you watch the clips of Jordan. He was like, he seemed like that guy that would not have it. Like, I'm not coming out of this game. No. Screw these guys. I'm not coming out of this game. He was on that in the late 80s. He had injured his knee, I think, or something. He had some injury before Collins was there in Chicago. Whoever that coach was before Doug Collins. And Jordan wanted to win a regular season game, but the owners told the coach, don't play him over 32 minutes or something. Yeah. And he was right at the 32-minute mark with 40 seconds left in a one-point game. So he took Jordan out. Jordan would irate, said, screw these guys, put me back in the game, let's go. That was on that.
I've seen that before.
The documentary during COVID we all watched. The Last
Dance.
Yeah, that was during the Last Dance one. That was one of the best ones basketball documentaries. Embiid.
I can't read it. I don't have my glasses.
Embiid from last night. Yeah, his
34-13.
34 and 13.
One of my buddies watching, he sent me a stat. In December, Embiid was averaging close to 40 points a game in December. And shooting like, I think it was 60-some% from the field. Yeah, and like over 50% from three, which like, if that guy's shooting over 50% from three, just
Tatum probably shot
game over.
Tatum probably averaged around 40 in that same month.
Oh yeah, no, he's been unbelievable.
And then they lost to the Magic last night.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Who's
you lose to the Magic.
The 10 and 20 Magic.
Yeah.
Well,
Banchero's about all the Magic have.
Bobo's been playing pretty good.
Aren't they starting like
not last night?
3 or 4 guys that are like 7 feet tall?
Yeah. Well,
are like really, really tall.
Banchero 6'10", Bobo 7, whatever, 2'3", and then the Wagner brothers.
I bet you wish you could play on this Magic team.
6'11", yeah. That's 4'7".
You'd fit right in.
Yeah,
bring Earl out of retirement.
Space the floor.
Bring him in.
Yeah. Boston 12.5-point favorites lose the game. You could have probably made 4-1 on Orlando money line. Take them to win the game in Boston. You probably make 4-1 on that, plus 400 with them being 12.5-point dogs.
Yeah.
Do the Lakers make the playoffs? Do you think?
Oh, not a shot.
Not a shot.
Not even with the play-ins. Did Anthony Davis get hurt? Was that a joke? I seen something on social media last night that said Anthony Davis got hurt coming into the game.
I mean,
he played.
I think sometimes it's a joke.
He played 17 minutes.
So he did.
10 points, 4 rebounds.
Is that true?
He had to have gotten hurt.
Usually, like
they said he was coming into the game and he got hurt. He stepped wrong or something and got hurt.
His foot.
Yeah.
No, there's like all these troll accounts where it says, Anthony Davis is going to the locker room, so you never know if it's like actually a thing or if it's just someone messing with you, but I guess he actually did get hurt.
Yeah, he left game at halftime due to right foot injury. Yep. Yeah, so I don't know. They got no shot without Anthony Davis.
Oh yeah,
even with
no
AD,
question.
they can't. They're just too inconsistent. It's a shame. AD's great, man.
Yeah. Oh,
it's like I just want to take AD and put him somewhere. Get him the heck out of LA, man. It's just.
Thomas Bryant stepped in, 21-6. Pretty good game.
Yeah. I just wish. I hate to see AD. Like you want to. He's such a great player.
Yeah.
I want to see him somewhere else, man. It's just this Laker team is just. I don't know. It's a mess, man. I never have liked Westbrook personally. I mean, I'm a huge Rockets fan. I loved watching Akeem Olajuwon growing up.
Yeah.
Loved watching Akeem as a little kid, man. So I always followed the Rockets. And when the Rockets got Westbrook with Harden that year, I was like, oh, God, not again.
Yeah.
And I watched a lot of those games, and he just seemed to play when he wants. When he wants to play, he's going to play. And when he don't, it's ugly, especially on the defensive end. Especially on the defensive end.
I loved him when he was on the Thunder, though. The Westbrook, Harden.
Early in his career, and that might go to speak to how players are early in their career versus how they are in the middle to later stages of their career when they feel like maybe they're the guy and they don't have to work anymore, they don't care anymore, versus trying to prove yourself. Because when you're trying to prove yourself, you're going to play 100% for every minute of every second of every game. But when you've already made it, I've made it. You know, I'll get my 25 points. Who cares?
Yeah. I remember I was really disappointed when that team broke up because I thought they had.
Yeah.
I think it would have been. Maybe you can. Do you think it would have been different if they would have won that finals against the Heat?
Yeah.
Do you think they would have stuck together?
Probably not. I mean, they would have been asking. Each one of those are max.
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So, I don't think OKC's the market cap.
No, you know, but they would pay them and they wouldn't have anybody else on the team.
Right. Yeah. It's just interesting to think if some of that stuff would have played out differently. Yeah. But yeah, they were that finals was one of my favorites to watch
from back then to now. You know,
yeah.
Not
Speaking of
now, but where where he was a couple years ago.
Right.
But sticking together, I wish that Rockets team could have stuck together from 2018. When they should have beat Golden State. The refs took it away from them, man. I'm a huge Rockets fan. I said at halftime.
Don't blame the refs.
They did. Oh, that one that what's Scott Foster? Never. Yeah, he's Chris Paul's 0-11 in the playoffs when Scott Foster referees. Yeah. Scott Foster referee game 7. But I'm sitting at halftime, and I just followed Akeem my whole career. Kind of been a Rockets fan, but I've never been to Houston. I'm sitting at halftime, and all you heard before that game was Golden State, Golden State, Golden State. No shot Houston's going to beat Golden State. Golden State don't ever lose the West Conference Finals, right? So we're up 11 at the half. Eric Gordon lays in a buzzer beater. We're up 11 at home. Just got all the momentum, all the energy win. And I'm looking up plane tickets, Earl. I'm going to Houston for the finals. We're going to beat LeBron in Cleveland. I'm going to Houston for the finals, man. I'm so excited. Looking up plane tickets, talking to the wife. And
jump the gun.
Oh gosh, man! There was a play. Harden made an incredible 3, like he used to, and sometimes still does. Not as much, but he made one of those incredible 3s. Klay Thompson fouls him, banks it in, going in for a 4-point play. They call it on the floor. One of the worst calls ever. They call it on the floor. So Rockets take the ball out of bounds, turn it over. Durant hits a 3. So instead of 4 this way, it's 3 that way. Change the whole momentum. Several other calls were like that. And at the middle of the fourth quarter, I said, here we go. We don't have a shot now.
It's a wrap.
Yeah. And I was right.
Momentum in the NBA is it's real.
Yeah, Harden banked that incredible circus shot in, got fouled, and just sad, man. Because I wanted to see my Rockets. Yeah, what do we got here? Yao Ming was the best Rocket. Yeah, I liked Yao.
I actually played against Yao.
Yeah, you would have. Yeah, that was Earl's year. That was Earl's years, guy.
Play against Yao one game.
Did you like match up against him and guard him?
I matched up against him. I can't remember. I think Shaq and Morning were hurt that game.
Oh wow!
So I might have started with him. So I played. I played probably 20 or so minutes. But
what was it like?
He's a big dude, you know.
Yeah.
Fronting him, trying to keep him from getting the ball at 7'4", 7'5" is it's kind of tough. But
Right.
you know, we did a pretty good job defensively, and you know, my main job was like, hey, if I can keep him from catching the ball, that's I've done pretty much half the work already.
Right.
And you know, I think he scored maybe twice on me.
Yeah.
But you know, when you're playing against guys like that back then, the Tim Duncans and you
Right.
know, never got to guard Dirk. Well, I did guard Dirk, but
Dirk
that's
was
a different. Like guys in a post. It's like you got to keep them from catching the ball because guys in the league, they're so big, they're so strong, they're so.
Dirk will go get the ball.
If they
He's so
catch
quick.
it on the block or in the paint, 9 times out of 10, it's a bucket.
Yeah, Dirk will go get it at the top of the key.
Yeah,
you know, Yao ain't going to get the ball and dribbling with it at the top of the key.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or they're setting screens for like Antoine Jameson. I had to guard Antoine Jameson one time, and people don't realize like they set just as many screens for him as they do like Gilbert Arenas. You know,
Right.
So it's like you find yourself locking and trailing and coming off double screens. It's like this is not your regular. You know, going out here and guarding a normal 4.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Who was the toughest matchup to guard for you?
I would say probably him. David West was a tough.
David West, yeah.
was a tough matchup back.
That guy,
he reminds me of like
he did not miss mid rangers.
He's strong.
Yeah, he reminds me of like a little different, but the same of PJ Tucker.
A little bit taller.
Little taller, right. But you see what I'm saying? Like kind of gritty, just quick. You know, you know. Where did he go to school at? David West. Xavier, that's right. Yeah, Xavier. Yeah.
He was on the Pacers for a long time, right?
Pacers for a while.
Yeah. No, he's really good player. Really good.
That's
player.
an under the radar answer.
What?
David West.
Yeah.
That's an under the radar one.
Yeah. No, yeah, I feel like Antoine Jameson was underrated. Like that guy could really score. Yeah.
Tough cover.
Yeah. But let's go into a little fantasy, Pete.
Okay.
It's snowing in Buffalo today, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Yeah. I hammered this under already. I got a ticket in already.
Uh-oh.
But it's an
I heard the
alternate.
word under in there for that Buffalo
It's
game.
snowing.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Let me get some of that action.
Under?
I
It's
took under
snowing.
too,
Yeah. Well, what's the over
I
under
teased
at
it
right
up
now?
some. I moved it to 49 minus 245 juice, but
Would you call that again? Remember last time you told me when you move it a little bit, you call that
by the hook.
By
but
the
that's
hook.
by in the half. You do that when it's like 7.5 or 6.5. So let's say you got a line of minus 3.5, like we got Minnesota Vikings. They're minus 3.5. So I'd buy it and move it to 3. Buy the hook. The hook's the half point.
Okay.
It's just a little half, little hook, little comma, you know.
Yeah.
Little hook.
Yeah.
the feed.
Oh,
Good job.
did you step into the producer realm?
He probably kicked the cord. You probably
Producer
kicked the
Dave.
cord. That's probably what happened. You nudged the USB cord. That's all.
Russell, my phone. You guys only had to watch a little bit for about 40 minutes, but we're good now. Watching it right now. Hey, I'm not touching
I've got Singletary, so I'm hoping that Buffalo runs the ball.
Yeah.
To be safe, they run it a little more than they did last week because last week was
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I think I might be the opposite on some people in this game. I would probably bet the over where it's at.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think some people. I think
Miami in the snow. How much is it snowing?
I think.
Look.
See, I think there's a little too much overreaction to the snow. From what I saw, it's gonna like snow.
Oh.
It's gonna be a snowstorm throughout the day, but it's not gonna all just like hit during the game. Like
3 o'clock start, was it? Am I right?
It's 7.
7 o'clock. It's tonight.
It's tonight. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I think it's obviously still going to snow, and yeah, like you said, it's scary because Tua is obviously terrible in cold weather.
Yeah.
But I guess my thought is like both those offenses, like they love to throw. I don't think Mike McDaniel is going to change his game plan even if it's snowing a decent
3 to 5
amount.
inches.
Yeah, I don't know. I obviously I could be wrong. It could be.
Right,
It could be. It could be.
Why they call it gambling?
Yeah, it could be a 10-7 game, but honestly, I think there's probably a little too much overreaction to it.
There was a Buffalo New England game last year in the snow. You remember that?
Oh
one?
yeah.
Oh, that was atrocious.
There was what Belichick threw the ball.
Belichick threw it once.
Yeah.
One pass.
Right.
Yeah. What we got in the chat, guys? What we got?
We can backtrack a little bit before we lose track of this.
Best NBA hang time duo? Give me David Robinson and Sean Elliott? What's hang time? What do you mean by that?
Video game.
Oh, that was a video game, NBA
Yeah,
hang time.
They had like
Those
duos.
little duos.
NBA Jam. That's NBA Jams.
Yeah,
They had several.
I was thinking Jam, but
Hang
yeah, maybe
time.
it's,
I remember that
maybe
one.
it's the same.
Was
thing.
that wasn't on Super Nintendo or
Something
Sega?
like Sega, maybe. I don't know.
Sega? Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was only for like
If
1
they
or 2
only name
years.
2 names, it's either NBA Jam or some other game.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it
Yeah.
was Hang Time or they got it confused. But
oh, Josh Allen rush yards. That's a good one. I like that one.
I don't want to hear about that because I got Devin Singletary.
John
so.
Bergman sending us that one. That's a good one.
Hey, John Bergman, you remember him, Dave? That's the guy with the Justin Fields takes.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I haven't heard much chirping lately.
About
Did you hear that, John?
Yeah.
You say
Tell him. No, I don't hear much chirping lately.
about what?
Hey, well, he like Dave and I were talking about how Fields maybe still has a little time to be elite, and then it was like during that couple game stretch where he like just went off. Yeah. So my buddy John, he lives in Chicago, so he like when the chat, and he's like, "Oh, what do you think about that, Dave?" when he started going off. But I mean, I think he's gonna play this week versus the Eagles.
What do you think? How many points
for Fields?
Yeah.
I honestly
get over 20.
I think it's going to be like right around there, maybe a little under.
46.5 for Josh Allen.
Rushing yards?
Yep.
Whoa.
Rush yards, Josh Allen.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah.
That's because they're going to be running the ball in the snow.
Yeah.
In the snow.
We'll see.
I would probably go.
2 is 5.5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I would probably go under on that Allen rushing yards, but no, it definitely, it could be a really ugly game, just a lot of running. But
yeah, something to keep out for this week is Philly is in Chicago. Is that right? Or are they in Philly?
I believe they're in Chicago.
In Chicago, right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Philly is have gone over the first half total in every game except the one against the Colts.
Yeah, it seems like they just come out firing, and then they're good to go the rest of the game.
All right, Pete, we got a question for you. Elijah Moore or DJ Chark?
Ooh.
Repeat that so everybody.
Yeah, Elijah Moore or DJ Chark. Which one do we start here?
Is it?
I got Elijah Moore.
Is it PPR?
What?
Is it
ask them the question.
PPR?
Is
Not
it
PPR?
Is it PPR, Julius?
Detroit.
I do love DJ Chark.
Yeah.
I've been.
They got a lot of weapons though.
Yeah.
Like he just said. That guy just said. James,
Yeah.
I think Williams is back.
Me to apologize to him. Absolutely never gonna happen. No,
I think
it might happen.
I will. Okay. I think
PPR. It is PPR.
Okay. Okay. I think we talked about this on the radio yesterday. If Mike White was starting, automatically Elijah Moore.
Yep.
But Zach Wilson is starting, and I don't know what it is.
I don't know if you can start Jerry Rice with Zach Wilson going.
I agree. I don't know.
I think. Well, I
good.
don't know if you saw, but Elijah Moore was requesting a trade when Zach Wilson was starting. So
really?
Yeah, like he was.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, and then Robert Saleh was like, "No, we're gonna like try to keep him playing." And when White,
I never liked that draft pick.
No, when White or Flacco started though, he showed some upside. Like I think he had 6 or 7 catches last week. But no, I think you got to go with DJ Chark this week.
Yeah. David's going to chime in here, guys.
He had 10 targets, 6 catches,
yeah,
60 yards. So
I do want to say though that Zach Wilson does have talent, just not on the football field.
There you go.
Oh, okay. All right. That's as past PG-13 as we get, but we all get it.
There's producer Dave coming in with the zinger.
Producer Dave dropping the one-liner.
Coming in with the zinger.
That was a good one. I'll give you that, Dave. We all understand that one.
Would you play Justin Fields this week? Do you think he'll have a good game against?
Or
do you think like
I think
at 20?
I think it's going to depend on who your other starters are.
Aaron Rodgers or Justin Fields.
Oh man. You got to go Fields.
Aaron Rodgers or Justin Fields?
No, you got to go Fields.
Yeah,
sure.
you got to go Fields.
But I do. The Eagles are my favorite defense this week. But yeah, no, you got to go Fields for sure. And I won't do that to you, John. We will go with Fields. Fields.
You got to go Fields. I think I made a.
I'm making that change right now. So
Yes, you got to
Fields
go
has a bad
Fields.
game.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you can
I'll
at me.
be- all right, I got you.
Yeah,
I'll make
you
sure.
can.
I'll let you guys know what
You can at me for the rest of the year if that happens.
All right.
I'll take Justin Fields every day.
Yeah, you're doing some. Or do you say you got
I
eliminated, or are you still?
yeah,
in it?
I'm out of.
Oh, I'm
fantasy.
out too,
So
Earl.
I've just been doing the DFS, different
Yeah.
lineups and breaking even each week.
You know,
putting in a
here's
bunch of lineups and breaking even. That's
Nice.
all. Yeah, that's I play those too.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of lineups and.
Have you made any lineups for this week on DraftKings?
Yeah, I got probably too many lineups. I got a bunch of
Who's
lineups.
who's your favorite play so far this week?
Probably Dak.
Dak, yeah.
Dak, yeah,
Cowboys.
yeah. His price is going to be up there, isn't he, Pete?
Not bad.
Yeah, what's
not
he at
bad.
this week?
After last week.
Oh yeah, that
was ugly last
It
week.
was rough last week. But yeah, no, I mean the Jaguars, their pass defense has been
I put
rough.
that over.
I like that over.
Here's my NFL plays for
6,200.
Yeah, it's not bad.
for this ticket, guys. I got Dolphins Bills under 49. That's a good number.
Mm-hmm.
Philly -3 for the game.
I like that. Yeah,
That's an alternate, obviously. Move the line. Ravens Browns under 45.
I got that too. That's one of the bets I got under.
And then Vikings money line. They can't lose to the Colts at home.
No.
They lose to the Colts at home.
Saturday,
they pack it in. They might as well just lose that wild card game they're going to play in if they lose to the Colts.
Do the Colts play today? No.
Yeah, it's Colts. I think that game's at noon, isn't it?
Actually, they can't lose that.
Saturday's not losing on Saturday. That's
okay.
Favorite league fantasy football punishments for last place.
Oh, okay. So I actually heard we were talking. So I do one with my buddies from college, and this year in our league, the last place guy. I don't know if you've seen. They're like those absurdly hot chips.
Yeah.
Have you seen those? Single chips. Yeah. So shout out to Willie. I think he's watching. He's unfortunately going to lose the league, so he's got to eat the chip. But
how does that work? Who's going to make sure? Like,
we'll definitely get some buddies together and record it. So
it's a little messed up.
Yeah. So the commissioner of the league, he's like already talking about ideas for next year, and one of them he found was the person who gets last in your league has to sign up for a bodybuilder contest and like get all like you know how they're all like bronzed up and like stuff.
Like
so
we got to do something like that. My little fantasy.
Yeah, and then
something cool like that.
I think one that I think would be good. Have you guys heard of the Waffle House Challenge before?
Oh, the Waffle House Challenge. Waffle House is. So I'm from South Carolina, obviously, guys. I grew up in the South. Yeah. I love me some grits.
Okay,
Waffle House is the only place I can get some grits here.
Oh,
that's my favorite.
That's about the only place. And there's a few others. There are few and far between little breakfast spots I found.
It's hard to find grits.
Yeah, it's hard to find them. And most of the time around here, if you find them, they're awful.
Good,
so you can't eat them because they don't know how to cook them.
Yeah.
But Waffle House, and there's a little place in O'Fallon that's got it. That's good.
Mm.
So those, that's where I get my grits is Waffle
What's
House.
The Waffle House challenge?
Okay, so
go ahead. Yeah.
So
I heard Waffle House got excited.
No, you're good. So it's so what happens is you get last place, you got to go to a Waffle House. The thing is, you're required to stay in the Waffle House for 24 hours. But the way to knock down your time, if you eat a waffle, it knocks an hour off of your time staying in the Waffle House.
Wow.
If you per waffle.
That's a lot of waffles.
Per waffle, yeah.
Oh.
So if you housed
12 waffles.
14 waffles, you only have to be in there 10 hours.
10
yeah.
hours.
Wow.
That's a pretty
14 waffles.
I mean, I'm not sure, how many waffles do you guys think you could eat 24 hours?
In 24 hours,
well, I mean,
waffles?
You can knock it. You can spread it out however you want.
I'd knock probably 15 of them out.
Yeah.
And then the extra incentive, so I don't have to stay in there. I probably could eat a few more.
Yeah.
Let's incentivize it for me. If it meant Clemson could go to a national championship
You're knocking
this
out
year,
24 probably.
How many waffles could I eat in the 24-hour period?
24.
Over 24 probably.
Yeah.
As many till I pass out. Put it that way. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going until we pass out. That's how many waffles I got.
Man.
We got another question here for duos in the video games. The old, this was a good one. I forgot about this one.
What's the question?
Grandmama and Zoe.
Zoe.
Yeah.
Larry Johnson.
Yeah, Larry Johnson and Lonzo Mourning.
Mm.
And you could switch it out. with Muggsy.
Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah, Muggsy on that little NBA Jam game was fun to play with. Yeah, that was a good
Good
duo
old
too.
days.
Yeah, 93.
Think of how video games have come. We thought that was like the
Oh,
thing,
right.
you know.
Yeah.
Back
Right.
then, it's
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, this
Right.
is the best basketball game.
Yep.
Now you have guys going, posting up, setting pick and rolls, in and out crossovers, step backs on
Right.
2K. You know,
Yeah.
look where we've come.
Yeah.
It's sitting playing video games now.
Yeah.
Even Madden, like I bought the new Madden and just looking at the
PS5
play
on
calls and all that.
it's
It's just
the graphics are incredible.
graphics,
Graphics are better than
the
they've ever been.
dances, the reactions, the timeouts, the huddles, everything is just it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that came a long way. But yeah, it's hard to top the nostalgia, man, with some of those games like the NBA Jams of the world and the NFL Blitzes.
Oh, NFL
and,
Blitz. Yeah.
Yeah,
That game
Blitz
was awesome.
Blitz was a classic one, man.
That was great.
Those things stand the test of time for sure.
I think we should do we should go through one of the lineups.
Go through a lineup?
Let's
Okay.
go through a lineup.
Oh, defenses? Okay.
We can do
Yeah,
that. That's part of.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's go through one.
Let's go through. So Dak was a pretty good price.
Yeah.
We can go back to this one.
What was the price on Dak?
Dak 6,200.
6,200.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's a good price.
Good
Yeah.
matchup against Jacksonville.
Yeah, on the road at Jacksonville, right?
Only other option.
Yes.
Yep.
Only other
Good
option
price.
I would say would be, of course, you can go Hurts, Mahomes, but they're just so expensive. You can go Justin Fields, but I think the Herbert against the Titans would be a good matchup.
I told them that's my favorite. Herbert's my favorite
I put a
play.
few of them in.
Regular.
We're in regular mode. Yeah.
I like Dak. I like Herbert.
Yeah.
Tannehill, if you want to be, really cheap. If you want to be really cheap.
Tannehill.
If you want to be really cheap. If Treylon Burks plays, I wouldn't mind playing Tannehill, but
I think he's out.
Right?
He's out. I do think. I mean, the Chargers they're more of like a run funnel defense. So I mean, I probably would like Henry a little more, but I actually don't think, because I told him before we hopped on that's like my favorite game on the slate. So
which one? Titan.
Yeah,
okay.
Titan. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind Tannehill as a little flyer, but I mean he's 5,300.
Yeah.
So it's cheap. I mean, I think you're at that point you're probably better just like paying 900 for Dak,
yeah,
like 900 more for Dak. But honestly, I mean, I don't mind it. I really don't. I think that game's gonna go. What's the over under on that game?
40. I got it right here.
Herbert. Or Dak or
Herbert.
Herbert. Yeah.
It's got to be in the 46. I'm going to say. I'm guessing, but I'm going to look right now and see.
Yeah, I like the over in that game.
What the total is
for sure.
on that game. And
Trevor Lawrence has been playing good, but
tough.
Not. I wouldn't take Trevor Lawrence against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, I would not take Trevor Lawrence against the Cowboys. I advise nobody to bet against the Cowboys.
There
okay?
he is.
No.
I told a story earlier. A friend of mine used to cover the Texas A&M for the school newspaper, and he interviewed Mike Leach one time, and his name is Dallas. And Mike Leach, when he met him, he said, "Dallas, is that your real name or are you screwing with me?" And he said, "No, that's my real name. My mom and dad was Cowboys fans." Mike Leach says, "I wouldn't know if I wouldn't tell people that, but go ahead."
All right.
Yeah, his name was Dallas.
Nice.
Let's get into some running backs.
Yeah.
Who you like?
Let's see. I really like. He's pricey, but I really like Josh Jacobs. It's not a great matchup. But he's just getting so many touches. He's getting like 30. He's gonna play. Yeah, he's been questionable
last week.
There was 1 week where they're like, "Oh, I don't know if he's going to play." Then he goes out and he runs for 200. Yeah. So
total on the Dallas game's 48.
48. Okay.
Mike Williams.
I'd say Mike.
If he's healthy.
He's healthy.
Yeah.
Should be healthy. Yeah, he should be healthy.
Keenan Allen and Mike Williams would be my two favorite.
Boy, I loved watching.
And if you need a tight end,
that's a good price. Yeah,
I loved watching Mike Williams at Clemson. Gosh, he was a good.
Everett to be a good tight end.
Yeah,
anybody for the Chargers.
No,
Everett tight end. Gerald Everett.
Yeah, Gerald Everett.
Njoku.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Everett. Yeah.
You can double up. You know what I mean? You can just trust that guy will be one of the guys that he
No, yeah,
targets sometimes.
Yeah, the Titans are one of the worst defenses this year against tight ends. So
Yeah.
I actually got
Yeah.
Eckler. I actually have Eckler at one
no,
of my running
actually,
backs.
and I think I'm not a huge advocate of pairing running backs with quarterbacks, but Eckler's way different because he catches so many passes. So he's pretty much like a wide receiver. Like but he's he's real good. Yeah.
So this is my line. I have Dak. I have Eckler. I have Tony
Pollard, yeah.
Chris Moore because of Nico Collins and Brandon.
Yeah, he got a
they're
bunch of
both out.
targets last week. Yeah.
So now my only thing is I'm gonna have to take Elijah Moore out because I don't trust Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
That's the only
I think
thing.
I would take Elijah Moore out. Yeah. Ooh, I like the Okonkwo play. I played him last week. Yeah, he's gotten like 5 or 6 targets the last 3 weeks.
What about defense? Do you think the Kansas City or the Eagles? There are some. I mean, I do like the Carolina Panthers against Pittsburgh, but
I do too.
Trubisky,
Well, you could because you already take Moore out. Elijah
Moore, no.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say if you take Moore out and then you played like a cheaper defense, you could probably get a pretty good wideout.
Gotcha.
Looking at quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson is 6,300. He's the third quarterback on the board. Am I looking at that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why is he that expensive?
That's a good question.
First home game, he might have got some of the rust off.
Yeah, no, that's
he got healthy Cooper and healthy Donovan Peoples-Jones. So.
Yeah, no, I don't.
And Njoku's healthy.
Yeah, no, he's looking good. Yeah, I don't love that price on Watson though. Yeah,
we'll see.
Cheap flex.
What's showing up? What do you got on?
Out of money. I got 3 players left.
I like Nelson Aguilar.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Nelson Aguilar's a great one, guys.
Yeah.
Great cheap value on Aguilar.
Yeah, he's only 3,400. Devontae Parker's already been ruled out, and I think Myers is going to be ruled out too. Yeah. So, and I mean,
what about a tight end as flex?
Like
an Njoku.
Yeah.
That's
a good one.
No, Njoku, he's looked great since he's come back. And yeah, I mean, I think now it's probably a good time to buy low on Deshaun Watson and like that offense because I mean we all know he's he's super talented. Like I think he'll be fine once he gets rolling again.
Brissett was the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he had some monster games. So he has the talent. He has the
and the way that the Browns play defense, which is they don't.
Yeah.
That can allow Deshaun to get the ball a lot.
Ooh.
Yeah, Aguilar's 3,400, folks.
How do you feel about the combination with two? And the quarterback.
Yeah, usually that's good. Usually when I try to double stack.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is Dave's team here. So he's got I like it. He's got Justin Herberts. He's got a double stack. So he's got him with Keenan Allen and Gerald Everett. And yeah, I like that you took Derrick Henry to correlate with the game. And I think with a guy like Derrick Henry, it's important to try to think of what type of game script it'll be with him, because if Derrick Henry is running wild, then that means that Herbert's going to have to be throwing a lot. And right. So if the Titans were down a bunch, that would be not good for Henry, because usually when they're down by a ton, he's not running much. But I like this correlation. Then you got. Actually, I didn't even realize. So with that Aguilar play, that's a nice little correlation with Josh Jacobs too.
What you got going on with this Atlanta and George was it George Pickens?
Oh, Drake London.
You trust
what about Drake London? Why Drake London?
I ran out of money.
But that's the thing that I learned from doing this and trying to track fantasy football is you got to have you have to have a good quarterback to get those guys the ball. And George Pickens and Deontay Johnson.
Atlanta don't have a quarterback.
Huh?
Mariota's gone.
Oh, they're playing
Ritter.
what's his face?
Ritter.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mariota's gone.
So I don't know.
Oh yeah,
He's
but
gonna get targeted.
If the quarterback can get them to him.
I
That's what
prefer
Earl's
you
saying.
to. You probably, if you're the quarterback, how many targets you think he's gonna get? Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
Yeah.
for the
no,
price.
yeah, and then
And then Drake London is,
And a must-win spot for Atlanta. They might win that division.
that's crazy.
that is crazy.
Yeah, no, I think there's a lot of good correlation in that lab. I like it.
Yeah, I did a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just stuck at the
So
spot
it's,
where I don't know which defense I should go with. Now that I take out Elijah Moore,
I mean,
I'm going to keep him in a couple of my lineups, but
yeah. Well,
Elijah
he's
Moore,
taking
wide
out.
receiver for the Jets.
Yeah, taking him
Because of
out.
Zach Wilson starting now, that kind of affects my,
Yeah, I would go. I would here try.
If you looked at Zach Wilson, looked at his numbers before they sat him. It was. Whew.
Yeah, it's bad.
I
didn't like to pick out of BYU guys. I seen him go to Coastal Carolina and play, which is kind of an offensive game, like hurry up, 2-minute drill the whole game. And
Terrible.
he didn't look good against Coastal Carolina. I'm sitting here, why are the Jets drafting this guy? What was he, top 2, 3? What was he? You remember? He was top 5.
He was up there, yeah.
Yeah. Why are they drafting him in the top 5? But some of these NFL scouts, they just think they can turn, they can take, the the worst guy that's not performing. Oh, he's got all these measurables. That's what they say, measurables.
Right.
Analytics.
And then you can't turn chicken salad. It'll still be chicken. You know what?
Yeah.
But sometimes you can't make chicken salad out of chicken. You know what? But I had a fantasy league. I was 6-2 in this league. What am I now?
7-7.
Still in there.
That is brutal.
Yeah.
7 is the magic number, right? 7
No, it's a top 4 make the playoffs.
Oh
wow.
no, 5th.
I'm playing the 4th guy this week. He's 8-6. So if I win, we're both 8-7.
Ooh,
but
points.
look at the point
the point
differential.
tiebreaker, yeah.
1750 to 1900.
Oh wow.
He's got 150 more points.
Good luck.
So if I hack into his Yahoo account, Earl, and I sit every player,
he's still probably
I
win.
might can score 150.
Maybe.
Other than that, we're done.
We're done. Yeah.
Just to collapse. I made a mistake one week. I had what do you do? What do you do in this? Hear me out on this. I've got Cortland Sutton. I think he's awful, but it's like who I had at the time. He was getting 8 to 10 points, just kind of riding the minimums there.
Right.
And I've got Leonard Fournette, but when Fournette was hurt, he was playing on a Monday night. I didn't know if Leonard Fournette was going to play. So what do? Do I take a chance and wait on Leonard Fournette on Monday night, or do I start Cortland Sutton? Well, I started Cortland Sutton. He got 0, a flat
Goose
0.
egg, yeah.
And I lose that week by 2.
Oh.
Leonard Fournette gets 10 points.
Yeah.
Just a
But you got to
brutal
get to the
collapse,
point
guys.
where you can't trust Russell Wilson. I can't trust Denver's offense.
That other quarterback came in slinging a little bit last week.
Yeah.
Rippin, yeah.
Rippin. I bet that's Mark Rippin's son.
It is, I think. Or nephew or something.
Before he got hurt, he had probably his best game of the year yet.
He threw one to Judy in the back of the end zone. I said, dang, I don't think I've seen Russell Wilson throw a ball like that the whole year.
I know.
It's like, wow.
Yeah. He needed to play Mahomes to get a little motivated or something. But
yeah. He didn't look good the rest of the game.
No.
It was like, that's why he's the backup.
And were you guys watching that game? That concussion. That looked bad.
Oh,
like
Russell's
he was
concussion.
he was like eyes were not good.
He
got up wobbly, and they knew from the get-go get him
out
of the game for the rest of it.
Yeah,
he's going to be in protocol.
It's been some ugly scenes over the past few weeks. I asked some guys. I have a lot of guys in my league that play football, and I was asking them. I'm like, is it me, or are there a lot more concussions and guys getting up, staggering, and falling like every week? You know, every week there's a big name guy concussion.
Yeah,
some of it.
It seems. I agree.
Like
it seems worse this year.
Like
it does.
Russ's was bad. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Russ was bad.
Which you'd figure it'd be getting better.
Lave's was bad. All those guys that.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of these, I'm like, is it guys are stronger, faster? Because I don't remember this many.
I agree.
Unless they just swept it under the rug back in the day.
You'd think it'd be getting better. Yeah, a lot of that happened. You can
for sure. Yeah,
Like,
That's your
you
bottom
okay? What's
dollar
your
that
name?
happened.
Michael. All right, you're
you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, the whole,
They
how
ask
many
him,
fingers do I have up?
What's your birthday?
Maybe 2. Oh, he said 2. Go.
What's your daughter's
So,
name?
yeah.
David. Okay, you're
Right,
good.
yeah.
Let's go.
So that absolutely happened,
Yeah.
Which, from a player standpoint, I think obviously it's logical to think that coaches and doctors should protect the players.
Yeah.
Because if you ask somebody that's competitive, as most of these guys are
They're not
you
coming out the
good?
field.
Yeah, I'm always good. Let's go.
Mm.
So they have to protect these guys and
Yeah.
say, "Yep, let's sit this one out. You don't look so good."
That's the worst feeling as a, playing fantasy. This is on my second year playing, but having somebody in fantasy and seeing them go into that tent when I'm playing them that week, it's not a good feeling.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the worst.
Well, especially this year because like it sounds bad, but in the past years, they're like, oh, they're going to the tent. They're coming back in. They'll be fine. But now this year, it's like because they're like way stricter on it. They're like, okay, he's going to the tent. I'm not seeing him on the field again.
Game that they sat Aaron Rodgers. You remember that
Yes.
game a few weeks ago? I had him.
Yes.
And it was a close game. He was doing good. And when he started wincing, I was like, come on, Aaron Rodgers, don't do that. And then during one of the timeouts, they had him on the sideline. He was talking to the trainers, and I was like, he just started stacking. I was like, oh, come on. And the next thing, he went to the tent. He jogged to the locker room. I was like,
no.
No,
I was gonna say when they show him go to the locker room, you're like, oh man,
it's a wrap.
brutal.
It's a wrap.
The absolute worst when they go to that tent.
Yeah,
it was a tough year for me.
Now, sometimes they go to the tent and they come back on the field, and you're like, all right, we got a shot.
Yeah.
We got a shot. I got some questions in the chat here. Any from Ryan Maddox? Any thoughts on OBJ and Ty on the Cowboys? Who with Ty?
T.Y. Hilton. He got
T.Y. Hilton.
he got signed by the Cowboys.
Yeah. OBJ, is he doing anything?
No.
No.
I mean,
is he?
I heard they're close to signing him.
He made a comment about the regular season. Did anybody see that? He made a comment about the regular season about we'll see playoff if I'm gonna land anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I just want to play in the playoffs.
Yeah. He's like, I don't care about the regular season.
That's
whatever.
kind of like basketball. If you're chasing the ring, you're only going to play 15 minutes. Like, which one of these things do I have a chance with? But if you're the Cowboys, it's like I'm not just going to sign somebody just because of their name. Like if you're not going to help me, you're not going to help me win. If you're not in shape, if I can't put you out on the field, and you can't help this team, and they're saying he might not be ready until like deep in the playoffs or
Not
something.
just that. What does it say to the guys when you bring in OBJ? You got a guy that has a chance to play, and now you bring in OBJ for a few games in the playoffs. What's that say about the culture of your team?
Yeah, well,
because you're taking a spot away from somebody that may have been deserved it and worked all year.
Yeah, and they just got James Washington back too. He got activated last week, and he's playing wide out too. So I mean, the Cowboys got CeeDee Lamb, Gallup, Washington, Noah Brown, Dalton Schultz.
And Schultz been getting 6 to 8 targets the past couple weeks.
Yeah,
he's one of Dak's favorite targets.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess maybe they just want to bring Odell in to see if he can still have those explosive plays, but I don't know. Part of me is like, I don't know if that's even worth the hassle of all of it. But
I've seen people stashing him. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah,
that's one of those stashes. I'm like, you're wasting a roster spot.
Yeah, and then T.Y. Hilton, I actually didn't even know he was still trying to play football. I thought he was just retired.
It's like Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah. I will say it was interesting. When he played in Indy, he was always really, really good at home because of the dome. Like for some reason, he I feel like,
Cooper.
Yeah, exactly. He always played really well in domes. So I mean, maybe Ty can get some deep shots at Jerry World. Who knows? I don't know, but
we'll see.
Yeah. Any World Cup stuff you do at all? Any bets on that? Any watching anything like that?
Well, I do. So
tomorrow we've got the gold medal game.
Yeah. I did a pool with some of my buddies, and I've got France, and one of my other buddies has Argentina. So it's a winner. It's actually decent. We did a little. It was 5 of us, and we did 100 a man. So winner take all. So a good little sweat tomorrow.
You don't have to fade a lot of stuff. Just five of them.
Yeah.
Did you start it with the round of 16?
Yeah. Okay. No, it was. So what we did is we all. It was kind of fun. We did like a round robin, or a snake draft. So we all drafted 4 teams each.
Oh, from the groups.
Yeah. So we got like. Yeah, well, like we so once
You picked 4 teams.
yeah, once a team got picked, it was no one else could take them.
Right. Did you have the first pick in the draft?
No, I had the third pick. I got
somebody
France.
didn't pick France first?
Yeah, it was.
What did they pick?
Were they the favorite?
Argentina, I think.
Oh, okay.
Was
All
France
right.
favorite
Okay.
or something?
Yeah, France, I think, should have been the favorite if they were up there.
Yeah, they were up there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Germany
think
didn't make it to the round of 16. That was, this guy takes a bet on Germany to advance out of the to the round of 16 minus 400. I'm thinking, Germany, they'll get to the round of 16. They do every World Cup. That's all.
Right.
No, they lose to who do they lose to? Japan.
Yes. Yeah. Germany lost to Japan.
Yeah. Germany loses to Japan.
What was the U.S. Odds? What was the U.S. odds to start out?
I don't know. 25,
probably not,
35 to 1.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Not very good. Yeah.
It was. They were happy to make it to the round of 16.
Yeah.
They have a really young team, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, really young.
Really.
Yeah.
Young.
They had a kid from like O'Fallon area,
Uh-huh.
John Sargent or something like that. That was cool to see that. Yeah, so it went. The guy took Argentina first, and then Brazil was taken second, and then I got France. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he took Brazil because if he didn't take Brazil, he's going to take France.
Yep, and I would have taken them Brazil. Yeah,
You'd have taken Brazil.
exactly.
So that worked out.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. And I think it's what is it like a 9 a.m. start tomorrow?
9 a.m.
So nice little pre NFL thing to watch.
Yeah, I like it actually. Yeah, 9 a.m. we got the little soccer for a little bit, and then we get into the NFL.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah,
gotta love it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I was so steamed from that stupid Germany minus 400 to advance. You want to see a minus 400 pick lose? Just let me take it. They'll
just
lose
hit you up.
minus 400. Good Lord.
Brutal.
But Argentina and France, and then a friend of mine in a group that I'm in has a ticket. Listen to this, guys. Look at it, Pete. I'll tell y'all what it is. 17,000 to 1.
Whoa!
I want that bet. What's that?
$2.50 to win 44,300.
What's the bet? I want to put that on.
The bet was it's a 6-pick parlay.
I'm fine with that.
Gabriel Davis to score 2 touchdowns in the Steelers-Bills game. That happened.
That happened? Wow.
Yep.
Oh, Gabe Davis. Okay.
Tyler Lockett to score a touchdown against the Saints.
Yep.
That happened.
Yeah.
Vikings money line against the Bears. That was minus 360. That was his biggest favorite. This was the big one, 48 to 1. Myco and Prodigy will like this one. Aljamain Sterling to knock out TJ Dillashaw in the second round. You got to pick the round out of 5 rounds. You got to pick the round. No, it's a ticket that's done almost. There's one leg left. It's a 6-pick parlay. He's got 1 leg left. The 4th leg was that Aljamain Sterling to knock out TJ Dillashaw in the second round at 48 to 1.
And he did it.
That happened.
Wow.
So that was the 4th leg of the parlay. The 5th leg is, I don't know who this guy is. It's maybe MMA maybe.
Yeah.
No,
Carla, you know who he is?
It was a woman's fight.
Women's fight. That's probably why I don't know it.
No. Yeah, I actually watched it. Yeah, she destroyed.
The Wei Zhang destroyed.
Yeah,
okay.
as my buddies that I stupidly took the other girl because she's plus 400. That seems like a good bet. Oh, she just annihilated.
There's a reason.
Yeah, there was a reason for it. Yeah,
Wei Zhang to beat Carla Esparza.
Yeah.
Some women's MMA, that was minus 330. Hit that one. This is the last leg, guys. $2.50 to win 44,000. The last leg is Argentina to win tomorrow.
Wow. Is there?
You think I'm putting 10,000 on France?
Oh,
this guy is.
Yeah. Is that happening?
What is that bet on?
It's a 6-pick parlay on FanDuel.
Okay. Do they pick that for you? You have to go through and pick.
No, you go through and pick. He picked all of this.
Wow. Is he going to hedge?
Or
not sure.
No, last I heard he hadn't.
Wow.
It basically put him all the money on France, right?
I'm going to get 10,000 from somebody to hedge that thing.
Oh, of course.
I'm making some phone calls or getting some money somehow.
Yeah.
You're putting 10,000 on France because you're either going to win 10,000 or 44,000 or 34 because you lose 10.
Right.
34.
Yeah.
That's like all
good hit.
the futures bets we heard on the Blues in 19, when they were in last place in January and somebody bet them 200 to 1 to win it.
Right.
So, and they end up winning it.
So like this, my buddy has I don't know if it's Draft Picks or something, one of those apps.
Mm-hmm.
Prize Picks.
Prize Picks. And
Yeah.
they give you like specials each
Player
week.
props.
Whatever, I don't know what they're
Yeah,
called.
that's
but
what it is.
he does, me, him, and another guy, we might put in, I don't know, $20 a piece.
Yeah.
But they have some parlays that are pretty.
Yeah,
that are
and you can adjust the totals.
Pretty crazy. Yeah.
That's kind of neat there. But yeah, Argentina to win for 44,000. 17,000 to 1.
Have you seen some of the ones where like each team has to kick a field goal in like a different slate? Like the 1 o'clock game, every team has to kick a field goal. Like,
oh,
it's different.
That's an interesting bet. I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
that's on price. Yeah,
it's a weekly thing. They have little specials where every quarterback has to rush for 5 yards. Like it's weird bets, but it's a small wager to win a lot like that. The 250, and I'm one of those long shot guys. I like that.
Yeah.
Like
you'll like
sweat.
this one I got put in at the kiosk here at DraftKings today.
He's got 87 bets on it.
No, it's a 9 picker, and it's got some alternates. Yeah, it's a 9 picker.
$30 to win 800. I like it.
$30 to win 800. Taking a shot.
Money line. Louisville, Cincinnati.
Yep.
Grizzlies.
That's some of the NFL I've already given out, like the under 49 on Buffalo, -3 on
Eagles,
Philly.
Bears, yeah.
Stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's a $30 to win 800 and something. So just taking a shot, I think I threw some NBA in there. Grizzlies -1. They've only won 7 in a row, I think.
Ooh.
Right? I think they've
7
won
in a row.
Wow.
Let me look.
I think they lost.
I don't want to be wrong.
They struggled.
Okay. Grizzlies. I think they've won. Yeah, they've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row, and they're playing the lowly Thunder, who has 1 player in SGA.
Yeah.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Where did he go to school at? Any idea? You remember?
Oh, he was.
Let me look.
Was
That's
he?
got me puzzled.
Was he Kentucky?
No.
No.
Gilchrist. Great question.
Gilgeous-Alexander, Canada. It said something. College. You're right, Pete. Kentucky. That don't happen often where they say one school, I say no, and then it is that. Kentucky. I don't remember him at Kentucky, Earl.
I don't either.
You don't either, yeah.
That might have been a stretch where I didn't watch much.
Remember they had those.
Well,
they had those few years where they weren't, Yeah, so he could have just been like a one and done there when they weren't.
Yeah, they
very
lost
good.
a early season game against an awful team in like Evansville. Evansville beat them. That's what I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the coach at Evansville graduated from Kentucky. There was a story. Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, they got 1 anyway. Memphis -1 against the lowly Thunder. I'm good, right? They've won 7 in a row.
Hey.
Earl's like, yeah.
And
setting yourself up again.
yeah, you want to see them?
It's a lock, right?
7-game winning streak break against the Thunder. Let this guy bet them. Yeah,
I mean, I will say, John
Morant's
Morant's
favorites
different
in here.
Yeah,
Southern Miss money line against
down to
Rice.
Memphis at some point.
Southern Miss against Rice. Rice 5-7, Pete. Yeah. And I tell David, they're more of a starch. They're not really a college football program.
Yeah. Ooh.
They're just the starches. But, yeah, Southern Miss to beat the starches. And, we'll see how that does. My biggest kind of even money play that wasn't an alternate is Alabama-Gonzaga. I like Alabama. Gonzaga's not been playing well. And it's at Alabama. Alabama beat Houston last week.
I did see that. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, Alabama beat
Memphis
Houston.
almost beat Alabama.
Memphis did almost beat Alabama. Yep. Memphis is trying to find their way, it feels like. And they're trying to find themselves, maybe, as a team.
After losing to the whatever that team that's here in town, that university.
What's that school, David?
St. Louis. I'm joking. I was just joking. University of St. Louis. Come on.
SLU. Okay.
SLU.
Yeah.
We lost to SLU. I can't believe we lost to SLU.
Earl went to Memphis, for those of you guys that don't know.
I was so down.
So he was down when the Billikens.
I think they lost to who else did they use? VMU maybe. They lost to somebody else like the week before, the week after.
Memphis.
But they've been,
Well, they're trying to find,
Alabama,
like I said, they're trying to find their identity.
Yeah, they lost by 3, high scoring game,
Yep.
So they just got a guy that was eligible that the NCAA allowed him to, be eligible. He's going to help the team. And then they've got the little guard Davis.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah, Seton Hall beat them.
good.
Seton Hall beat Memphis at Seton Hall.
Yeah.
You know, one of those basketball schools are always tough because that's all they got.
VCU, that's who it was. They barely
VCU.
beat. How many they beat?
They romped and stomped all over VCU.
Okay.
VCU's not the same VCU we've always known.
No, yeah.
They're down this year, folks. But yeah, Memphis lost a slew. Memphis winner. Lost to Seton Hall. That's probably what you're thinking is the Seton Hall game. Yeah, at Seton Hall. But yeah, let's see what we got for NFL. Pete, while you got some time with us.
Yeah, for sure. You guys want to just go through like the game, like picks for the games or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a few picks we like for the weekend for NFL.
Yeah. We could go over. I think it'd be kind of fun to go over the games today. Yeah. Do you have anything in the
Sundays?
Or did you pick anything for the Colts Vikings game?
Colts Vikings, no. Justin Jefferson's too expensive.
I've got it on this pick here.
Yeah, you got Vikings
money line.
I actually like the Vikings this week.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good mismatch in terms of the D line and O line. As we saw, obviously you saw that Cowboys Colts that Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Like, oof, when the Colts like get down, like Matt Ryan starts doing just some
slinging the ball.
Yeah, just some. I don't even know what he's thinking in there.
That's a scary. I mean, the Colts are. If Matt Ryan's completing passes, and you get Jonathan Taylor getting some yards, their defense, you throw that all in a little mix. Like the Colts can be. They're still bad, but
if lightning strikes, they might cancel the game too.
Exactly.
Yeah, Vikings lose this game, they can just pack it up in the playoff. They can't even spell playoffs. They lose this game.
Right now?
Colts are 4-6-1.
Do they have a chance of?
They lose to the Colts. This Colts team their Colts have 4 wins, and I don't know. They just have looked so bad this year. It wouldn't surprise anybody if they were 2-10-1 instead of
their defense, though.
4-8.
They're going to have to definitely rely on their defense.
Yeah, that's all they can do.
I mean, low-scoring game, grind it out. Hey, I don't mind that. But
yeah. No,
we'll see.
I mean, I will say the Vikings defense has looked not great these past few weeks. Like they've been getting roasted by people, but I think it's a good.
You're a Vikings fan, all right?
No, I'm not.
I'm not.
I don't really have an NFL team either.
Yeah.
I used to like to follow that Bucs team, the defense they had, that Buccaneers defense. You guys remember them? Oh man, who had a better defense since then? Anybody? The Broncos defense with Von Miller was pretty good.
Yeah, they're really
good.
But
they didn't have all the pieces like Tampa did. Tampa had Warren Sapp, Simeon Rice, Booger McFarland, Derek Brooks, Shelton Quarles in the middle of that defense. Dexter Jackson, John Lynch, Rondé Barber.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Dexter Jackson was the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Which one? Who was it?
When they won the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
They beat the Raiders. Yeah. John Gruden beat the Raiders.
Yeah. No, that defense was unbelievable.
Oh, they were unbelievable. I don't think there's been a better defense since.
Baltimore.
Ooh, okay. Wait, what's the line? 2.5? Cleveland minus 2.5.
Yeah, Tyler Huntley's kind of David's sleeper for those that you don't know. But
honestly,
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, if anyone's playing the 3-game slate, I actually don't think he's a bad.
He does go against one of the worst defenses in the league in Cleveland.
Yeah, well, and Cleveland's notoriously bad against the run. Yeah, and Tyler Huntley does have some upside running. So actually, I still as a thrower, he's got a lot to work on.
Leaves a lot to be desired when throwing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Julius says Jags is a lock. A lot of people are thinking.
What's his name?
Julius.
Hey, Julius. Hey, Simeon, you got to be drunk. It's 10:24 for you to say that. Hey, I'll come have some drinks with you. But
actually, if this is Julius, he told me he was coming home from Chicago and he was on the train having some drinks. So you actually he's passing the time on the train with some Heinekens. I think,
just picking
buzzing on some Bud Lights.
Placing weird.
Yeah.
The Jag.
He's the type of guy that really likes to needle. So I'm sure he saw your cap. It's
okay. It's okay. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna get talking about some defense. The Cowboys defense has been looking,
Well, we know the Cowboys defense is who they are.
Okay.
They're a great defense.
I appreciate it.
Didn't impress me last week, though.
Hey, that was
they
one
fell
week.
asleep. They
That was
played
one-
down to their
There
competition
you
last
go.
week.
And that happens sometimes.
Mhm.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Philly defense.
They went to sleep.
Is
Are there any DFSs that have where you pick the defensive player?
no. I don't know.
Not that I know of,
Okay.
honestly.
That's more league stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
there might maybe in some of those like smaller sites they might have those pick a player on defense. I actually think it'd be interesting, but it'd probably be too much to
I've got a question for
incorporate
you.
that. Yeah,
So because Zach Wilson is coming back,
right.
Garrett Wilson is he's in a different realm right now. Would you
Mhm.
still play him in these?
It depends on who you got.
I would still play him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I got
how much is he? What's his price on the DFS?
6,000.
What's that?
He's $6,000.
6,000 for Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
I think he's still a good play.
Yeah.
Wilson did still show like some rapport with him. Like he was still like even when
He's the
Wilson was
guy.
terrible.
Yeah.
I just think Garrett, that guy is really.
If they
talented.
can find the end zone, it's probably going to Garrett Wilson.
Yeah,
I'm
and
hoping so.
and I don't.
That's an if.
And it's crazy. I don't think many people notice the Lions. They actually have one of the best run defenses in the league.
Yeah, the
this year.
Lions do.
Yeah, they've just been
Low
stuffing
key,
people.
yeah.
So I mean,
Gotta
I
pass
think
around.
I think Robert Saleh is a smart enough guy to realize that. And I think he's still going to throw the ball. So
Yeah.
I think Garrett Wilson's still going to get a lot of targets. So I think it's a good
I
play.
hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the Vikings, let's talk a little bit about if the Vikings somehow lose this game and the Lions win in New York
They're out,
against
right?
the Jets. We're looking at a Lions team that's 7-7
And in the
and
playoffs.
a Vikings team that would fall to 10-4.
10-4, yeah.
So, do the Vikings play the Lions here? Is this something to look out for?
I'm actually
No, they
rooting
do
for the
not.
Lions.
They're done
They're
with them.
done. Okay. Yeah.
So
they're done. Yeah.
7-7, 10-4, 3. That'd give them a 3-game lead with 4 games left. If there's anybody that can blow something like that, it's the Minnesota
Right.
Vikings.
Yeah.
If there's anybody, Vikings have the Colts left. They've got the Giants at home. Oh
The
wow!
The Lions are a scary team.
Oh,
Like the
yeah,
past
they
few
are
weeks,
right now.
Yeah. Defense, golf's playing good.
Yep.
They're getting healthier.
I started Jared Goff last week and sat Joe Burrow.
Oh, you did?
Wow.
Yeah.
That worked.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Good
Goff
game.
got me 38. Joe Burrow would have got me 26.
Still not bad.
Yeah, I liked that one.
Actually, I'm good.
So the
If you want me
Vikings
to
are
stay, I'm
Colts,
good.
Giants.
It's up to you. I don't care.
At Green Bay for the Vikings and at the Bears. So the Vikings, Colts, Giants, Packers, Bears. That's their schedule. If they blow a division lead of 3 games with that, Colts, Giants, at Green Bay and at Chicago for the Vikings. Pete's got to take off.
I'm going to get going. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
fellas.
it's been fun, buddy.
Earl, that was fun, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me know how those lineups
I
go.
will. I've been breaking even the past couple weeks, so I'm expecting more of the same.
Yeah.
So,
All right, guys. It was fun.
Switch.
all right, Pete.
Yep, we'll switch for a second, guys.
Thanks, Pete.
Good luck this weekend, bro.
Yeah, you too. All right, Dave. See ya.
Thanks, Pete. That's
Bye,
Pete
Pete.
Sipple, our fantasy expert. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you in 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks. We are not doing 590 The Fan next week or the live stream here at DraftKings at Casino Queen on Christmas
Holiday
Eve.
break.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break and be back in a couple weeks.
Yeah, you got to enjoy the holidays.
What I wanted to get back in, Earl, we gotta go back to your Cowboys. I got a few things for you. We gotta fix Dak.
Fix Dak.
I don't think he's. I think he's all that. Yeah, I don't think he's that good.
What's wrong with that?
Mid tier maybe.
Okay.
I mean-
I'll take that. But some people, they did this with
That
Tony
was
Romo. They did the same thing they're doing with Dak now with Tony Romo. Do you know how many Super Bowls the Bengals would have won if they had Tony Romo with that defense Cincinnati had? You know how many teams would have taken Tony Romo?
Couple, yeah.
80% of the league,
Who was the
probably.
quarterback then?
Huh?
Yeah, who was the quarterback for them then?
Andy Dalton.
Oh, ugh.
Yeah. Do you know how many teams would have gladly said, thank God Tony Romo come here? But Tony Romo took so much slack. I just thought it was disrespectful. It was by trolls that didn't pay attention. It was just people that wanted to talk.
He just made some plays that were just like, ugh. Like when we needed a.
We got a pick from the guys here. Say that again?
Two what? Horses.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. She's definitely a fan. She's definitely
I don't get it.
Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman. Troy Roma.
She has two
okay.
horses.
Yeah,
one
two
named
horses.
Roma,
One named
all
Troy.
I want to know is, are they race
okay.
horses?
Oh,
I want to get back. I want to get back to Dak. You veered off.
Yeah, Dak middle tier. I'll give you that. I just don't want people to talk about him like he's lower tier or like he's the problem. He is not the problem. I don't think.
Well, let's see what Earl has to say about it.
I watch quite a bit of Cowboys football, and I think he's a good quarterback in a great system. Like he has, good protection. He has good running backs. He has good receivers. It's tough if you're a so-so quarterback and you don't have anybody to throw it to. So you can get away with not being as skilled or not being as fast as a Mahomes or be able to scramble, but he's got weapons around him. He's got protection. He has time. It's not like nobody's sacking him a lot like some of these other quarterbacks. So I guess he's in a comfortable place to where he's like, all right, now I just got to, do quarterback things. I don't have to worry about getting sacked. Like, who was it San Francisco played the other day?
Purdy.
Tampa.
Oh, Tampa.
Yeah.
You're talking about who they played. I thought you meant who played quarterback.
And then who was that? The Jets. Whoever the Jets played the other day, they were having a field day with Michael White. So Dak doesn't have to worry about
Minnesota. No,
was it Minnesota?
Jets played the Vikings and Bills.
Oh,
Bills.
The Bills.
Bills.
The Bills. The Bills. This was like every time I looked up, he was getting. It wasn't like a small hit getting tapped. He was getting destroyed every time in the backfield.
At Buffalo. That's a tough spot
At
for
Buffalo,
Mike White.
Yeah. So Dak's not. When's the last time you seen Dak take a big shot? It's been a while. So I'm comfortable with Dak.
I just feel like they have such a great defense and running game's good. Yeah. They got Pollard and Zeke that they just don't want the quarterback, whoever that is, to lose the game. So let's just run this ball, let this defense win, make a few plays when we need to, and win by 10 points or something.
Cool with
they don't. I know that's fine, but I don't think they want to open up the offense because of how the defense is. You don't see them throwing the ball 50 yards down the field and throwing it 80% of the time, 20% run or nothing because of how their team's put together.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a fan of Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of him either, but you
like him, Earl?
I mean, we're winning.
Yeah, you're winning. Hey. Winning's the cure-all.
I'm waiting on this Eagles game in a few weeks. That's going to be
Cowboys Eagles.
Because early on this year,
let's talk about that.
When they played earlier this year, I don't think the defense was as good. Dak was. I think he wasn't as healthy as he is now. The Eagles weren't as healthy as they are now, so it's going to be I think that's going to be
10-3. Cowboys are 10-3.
They both go undefeated up into that game.
Eagles have the one loss, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the Cowboys have 3 losses. The Eagles have 1.
Cowboys almost had 4.
The Eagles. Their schedule.
Who's schedule? Cowboys.
Eagles.
Who they got?
I'm sorry. This is Cowboys. Okay. This is Cowboys. So Cowboys' schedule is Jacksonville in Jacksonville. That everybody thinks Jacksonville's pulling this upset.
Yeah.
I love my man Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
I love Trevor in Jacksonville. Yeah. He's coming around. He was taking a lot of flack in the beginning of the year. Trey Lance. You remember Trey Lance?
Yep.
Everybody was saying, well, why is everybody getting on Trey Lance all of a sudden? Trevor's been in the league 2 years, and, he hasn't done anything, and nobody gets on him. I said, Trevor is a prototype robot quarterback. Yeah. Trey Lance is nothing like Trevor Lawrence, and I'm, definitely right about that. Yeah. Trevor's lighting the league up the last month and a half or so. But tough spot, Dallas coming into Jacksonville. Tough spot for Jacksonville. Yeah. So I think Dallas is okay here. The line's all the way down to 4.
If ETN can get it going early on in that game.
Oh, that's a great trade to send, what's his name out of there, that back, James Robinson out of there, and give ETN the
but
ball.
He's been struggling the past couple weeks, too. So this might be a bounce-back game. Probably not against the Cowboys.
There was a saying we had at Clemson with Trevor and ETN. They were together running back.
Clemson.
Yeah. Trevor and ETN. We would always, when we were struggling, need a touchdown, give the ball to ETN. Yeah. That's what we'd say. Give the ball to ETN. So he was fun to watch, man, as a college running back. My God.
Titans again.
They
got the Titans.
Yeah,
again.
After the Eagles game. So Jaguars, Eagles, and then they finish up with the Titans and at Washington.
Washington's been playing good, too.
Washington's one of those teams that can be stubborn at the end of the year. Heineke's bringing them around. I don't know why Heineke didn't play the whole year. Any idea?
Me either. I have no clue.
Heineke should have been playing the whole year.
No, I agree. I'm a fan.
I have no clue why that guy wouldn't play in the whole
Yeah, I'm a
year.
huge fan of
Terry,
Heineke's.
Brian Robinson, they're there.
Yeah, but there can be a stubborn team. Hey, they're 7-5-1.
Yeah.
They are 7-5. Let's look at the end of the Washington schedule.
They're underrated. I think a little underrated defensively.
They got a tough game at San Francisco. Good luck, Washington. That'll be 7. That'll be San Francisco -7.
Where are they playing at?
At San Francisco -7, David.
6.5,
I'll bet
7.
that. I'll take that bet.
You take Washington?
You take Washington plus the points?
Oh, I'm going to take whatever it is. I'm taking over the.
You
It's a
take the
7-point spread, right?
Yeah, 7 points. You think San Francisco beat them by 7 or more?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, he's going to lay to 7 with San Francisco, but I think that's what it'll be.
Did you guys cover any NBA?
Not too much, a little bit. But Washington has Cleveland and then the Cowboys at the end. So there's 2 games that are tough for Washington. Even though they're sitting 7-5-1, they play at San Francisco, and then they got the boys coming in at the end of the year in a game that the boys are going to be wanting to win. So tough spot for Washington, I think. They'll probably finish the year. If they finish it at 9-7-1, I think it'll be a success for them.
Yeah.
If they finish 9-7-1. But I don't know if there's any way the Cowboys can catch the Eagles.
Nah.
I just don't know if it can happen because the Eagles are going to have to lose. Eagles control their own destiny because they can lose to the Cowboys and still have a game up. So the Eagles' schedule, let's say they lose to the Cowboys. Let's give them 2 losses. Oh, geez. They're going to win these last 2 games of the year. They're winning at Chicago. Let's say they lose to the Cowboys. They finish with the Saints and the Giants at home. They just beat the Giants, what seemed to be 60-7, but it was actually like 48-20. That was an ugly. It could have been 60-7 if Philly wanted it to be.
Jalen Hurts scored. Sanders
scored. Philly did whatever they wanted.
Scored. Brown scored.
That game could have been it was a lot to a little. That's what I call a lot to a little. They could have done whatever they wanted. So the Eagles are going to win this division outside of a collapse of the Saints and Giants, and they're going to have home field throughout the playoffs too.
Wow.
Home field. So, it's going to be cold in Philly in January too. Cold in Philly. Jalen Hurts has 3,100 yards passing too. 22 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He's really turned it around. I was not a Jalen Hurts fan at Alabama. He was not a good quarterback at Alabama. Guy, when he threw the ball, he aimed it every time. He just, he'd aim the ball every time. I'm like, what is this guy doing? Yeah, and Jalen Hurts was so bad, he was going to cost them a national championship against Georgia in 2018. And Saban had to bring in Tua as a freshman at halftime. He brought him into the third quarter. Tua saved them and won them a national championship. They had to get Jalen Hurts off the field in Alabama. He was so bad. So Jalen's turned it around, though. Yeah. You got to give it to him. 22 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 3,100 yards passing.
Just look at what
there's an early line out on this game, David, on the Cowboys-Eagles game. 1. Cowboys -1 at home. 50. Total of 50. 50 for Cowboys-Eagles.
That's a lot.
It should be fun to watch.
Yeah, that's going to be the game of the week on Christmas Eve.
Did you say what time?
3:25. 3:25 start. Christmas Eve game. So that'll be a fun one to watch for sure.
I did want to get to this. We got about 20 minutes left.
Okay.
Earl, you're good to hang with us?
Hang for a little bit, yeah.
All right, so
20 minutes.
How's the poker game?
Yeah.
Last night?
Just in general. How's your game?
What you mean, how's my game?
How's it going? How's the poker playing going lately?
I've only played one time in the past month. And I saw him.
Last night?
Get out. Yeah,
you played last night?
Last night for a couple hours.
Where'd you play at?
Maristar.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I didn't see you there. How's there?
Yeah. How can you miss me? The room's not that big.
Oh, there was a bunch of people in there last night, David. It was jam-packed to the gills last night.
What table were you at?
He was in the corner.
I was in the Omaha game.
He was in the corner.
Not the PLO, the limit Omaha. I like high-low. I got to get you into the high-low circuit sometime, Earl. Yeah, on the corner.
Yeah.
I got to get you into the high-low circuit.
Yeah.
I know.
Like chopping pots. I like the win or lose.
Right.
Get him in one
I'm not
good
a quarter. I'm not a quarter guy.
I'm saying, get you in one of those Big O games where it's good pots, and you scoop one for 1,000.
And I'm leaving. Checking my phone.
Oh
looking
no!
at my watch.
Oh no! You'll love that'll be the game of the.
I played Omaha. I played Big O before. I played
Yeah,
Omaha a
yeah.
couple times the past month or so. But
Yeah, I was there last night. I didn't see you.
yeah, I snuck in
What table were you sitting in the middle or?
I was at 7, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know the numbers. In the middle?
No, you guys were on opposite ends.
Oh, okay. You were down towards the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, by the PLO game.
I can't believe I didn't see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call me out if you see me next
I'm sorry,
time.
I didn't.
You didn't even see me?
I didn't see
Yeah,
How
I
could
walked
miss
over to
you?
the PLO table one
How
time.
could I
You might have
miss
seen me, but
No.
yeah. But that's the first time you played in
In a while.
about a month or so.
I had a new addition to the family. So.
I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Congratulations.
so,
Wow, I didn't know. Congratulations.
1 month old.
1 month
Just turned
old.
one,
Wow,
so
wow.
Between not getting sleep.
That's going to keep you busy.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
So,
Boy, girl?
Boy.
Wow.
And you're coaching your other son, right?
Yeah, he's YMCA. He actually has a game this afternoon. So
Oh.
I'm coaching him and helping
Sweet.
out over at Francis Howell. So
Yeah, they just won a state title.
football, yeah.
Yeah.
First time in, I think, 15 years. I talked to the coach the other day. And he was saying, they've gotten close a few times. But now the basketball team, we're trying to match that feat. But
yeah,
we got
you got your work cut out for you.
We lost the game last night. The score was 40-28 in the fourth quarter with like 3-4 minutes to go.
Oh no, you got a 12-point lead with 3-4. No, I don't like where this is going.
I was on the phone trying to place DraftKings bets on us to finish the game up 6.
Trying to get a live action in.
This is locked. This
That's
is a lock. This is
huh?
a lock.
Yeah.
And then turnover, they hit a 3. They hit another 3.
Oh,
turnover,
no,
layup, and 1. Next thing you know, it's 40-38. They went on a 10-0 run. So it was like the Lakers, kind of like the Boston game.
You turned into the Lakers.
Then we got a little 6-point lead, and then
so it was about 48-42 or something?
Something like that. The final score was 46-47. They hit a 3.
So it was 46-40.
We missed free throw.
You had a 6-point lead?
Yeah. And they hit a 3 with hit a 3 with 3 seconds.
So did you have the ball with about 35 seconds left?
We got the ball back with
I'm talking about when you gave the lead up.
Ago.
When you were up 46-44. And your guys gave the lead up.
Yeah. It was probably 10 seconds to go in the game.
Oh, gosh.
So we drew up a play, and the guy's left-handed 10th grader, and the play was for him to go right, which we probably should have went left. We should have drew the play up to go left, but he went right, got the layup, faked the handoff, and because he's left-handed, he tried to finish right, and he just basically threw it right off the glass and missed the wide-open layup. So that was a tough game.
Oh, that's a tough one.
And I think our coach, his roommate, was the coach for the other team, like his either college roommate or something.
Oh, really?
Was the coach for Eureka, so it was a tough loss for him.
Wow, that's a low-scoring game.
47.
40-28 with 3.5 minutes.
Have you watched high school basketball?
Yeah, well, that's still low scoring. They get in the 50s.
So the game, we play Eureka.
They play 12-minute quarters, don't they?
Listen to this. The game before, Eureka scored 5 points in the first half.
Holy cow.
5.
Wow.
That's terrible.
That is terrible.
Oh.
They finished the game with 15 points. The score was 15 to like 20, 25, I think.
Holy cow. They play 12-minute quarters, don't they?
Playing?
That's got to be hard to watch.
I didn't have to watch
I'm
it.
just saying, that's hard to watch,
Yeah.
right?
They do play 12-minute quarters, don't they?
No, they play
10?
High school. They play
I can't remember.
6, 8. 6.
Really? Oh. Yeah.
They give you heat when they walk through.
That's all right. That's all right. You know, I don't
Somebody
know.
said, you got the wrong jersey on to David.
Yeah. No, come on, man.
Did somebody give you that jersey? You found it?
I bought it.
You bought it with your own money?
I found it. Yeah.
It could have been laying around.
You want to know the story? You want to know the story?
He can share what he can share.
I can share. I can only share so much of it, but Terrell Suggs was a customer of mine, and I went to Arizona State. He went to Arizona State.
Yeah,
and
both Sun Devils.
And he's a very generous man. That's all I can really say.
Yeah.
And I took some of the tip money, and I bought his jersey. And very nice man. I don't want to get too deep into that, but I became an instant. Well, I was a fan already.
Respect him,
yeah. And then I mean, yeah.
He didn't see you for a whole year.
No, it was because when I left, he was off season, so it was only a few months later.
Oh, a few months later. Okay,
Yeah,
either way, he didn't see you for 2, 3, 4 months.
Yeah,
and he shows back up, and the place you're
shows up here for a preseason game.
Yeah, up here for a preseason game against Arizona. The Rams when the Rams were here.
Yeah,
and he shows up and says,
Yeah.
I was a customer of David's.
Yeah.
Is David around?
Yeah.
Wow.
They called me at
Yeah.
home and said,
Remembered him from 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah, he said, well, I mean, I'd known him for, a few years, but I mean, he's just a customer of mine, and not like we were tight or anything.
That's cool.
And they call me at home. I go, what are you doing calling me? Right? I'm off tonight. They go, Terrell Suggs is looking for you.
I'm like, what? That's crazy.
Did you show up?
No. He was just saying hi.
Oh, I'd have been there.
Yeah.
I'd have
Pretty
been
cool
there.
though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, how could I not be a fan, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just a people's person. It sounds like.
He's one of the funniest human beings I've ever met.
Really?
He's always laughing. Well, maybe not on the football field, but
he was part of that defense that the Ravens had.
Yeah.
I mean, a monster defense.
So
I was talking earlier about the Bucs defense. That Ravens defense might have been as good. I don't know if they was complete, but when you got Terrell Suggs and Ray Lewis in the middle of it, good God.
So I want
and Ed Reed. I forgot about Ed Reed.
Yeah, that was.
You ever heard the Ed Reed story with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick?
I guess I'm going to hear it.
Oh, it's more of a video, like 3 minutes. It's an NFL. It's an NFL films thing. You know how you watch the NFL Network? They do these little 30-minute NFL film things, right? Yeah. So Brady and Belichick are sitting here talking about the Ravens. The Patriots played all the time then in the playoffs, and they're talking about Ed Reed and how he's the best in the league. There's nothing we can do to prepare for him. And they both laughed and said, you know what? You're right. Let's get to this meeting. They didn't even have anything to prepare for him. And there's a clip of Peyton Manning doing Monday Night Football. Him and Eli do Monday night now, right? So
hard to watch.
Yeah. Well, they play it on the ESPN too, and then the main one's on the ESPN. But it gives you a little. You can flip to Peyton and Eli for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I can't watch the whole game.
Right. You can flip about 10 minutes, get some laughs in, go back to the game. But Peyton was talking about Ed Reed, and he said Ed Reed opened up his on film. Peyton watched the whole week. He said when Ed Reed's in the middle of the field as a safety, and he opens his hips to this side and goes to this way, he never goes back out that way. And all I've got to do to get him to open his hips to go that way is just to look here, and he'll go. Well, he did he did go this way. Ed Reed opens his hips, and he knew what Peyton was going to study about him.
I read that.
I saw that. Then Ed Reed flips around and goes and picks off a pass from Reggie Wayne. And Peyton said, where did he come from on the sideline? Where did Ed Reed come from? Just an incredible player.
Peyton said, I remember that Peyton said he was doing his homework.
Yeah.
And then something happened, and Ed Reed was like, hey, I beat you to it. I knew you were going to think that when I opened my hips to that. So guess what? I saw you read, and he was like, all right, he thinks I'm going to do it, and he got the pick. And coaches that just shows you the level of preparation and skill level and mindset with film and all that stuff.
I want to tell you about that Super Bowl. That was one of the best combinations.
The Ravens-Niners Super Bowl, or which one?
The last one they won. Yeah, the Ravens-Niners.
Oh, yes, the lights went out.
Yes. So I want to tell you about this day. Yeah. So normally what I do on Super Bowl Sunday is I bet the horses during the day and all the tracks.
There's some horses on Super Bowl?
Of course.
Which ones? Where at?
A lot of major tracks running.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it
They run every day.
But it's not like what's that one you just did? The Breeders. It ain't like a big.
No.
No, it's just random. Okay, just a weekly.
Random, random.
Just
day.
A weekly deal. I got you.
This is what I do, right?
Gotcha.
So I get all my, food ready, right? Everything's ready for the day, and I bet the horses. The horses end about an hour before pregame for the Super Bowl. They all run early. So this day, right? I literally had in my horse racing account. I'm losing a couple hundred. I got $100 left. It's the last race of the day. It's Santa Anita. It's always the last because it's
that's in California.
California. So
we got that's the get even worse race. And I like it.
So now I have I have no bet on the Super Bowl yet, and I'm like, I'm about to be stuck a couple hundred. How much? Because I usually bet quite a bit. Up till a few years ago, I was usually betting 250 to 500. That's a big bet for me. On the Super Bowl. Okay. But now that I'm stuck a couple hundred during the day, I haven't hit anything all day. I said, you know what? I like this one horse with my buddy Joe. My buddy, what's up, T? With my buddy Joe Talmo. He's one of my favorite jockeys, right? So I said this horse is first time starter. If he goes out to lead, he may just keep running. He's 24-1.
Horses?
Horses,
Yeah,
24 to 1.
24 to 1 to start the race.
To start the race, yeah.
How many horses raced in this race?
I don't remember.
6, 8, 10?
Something like that.
Okay, 6 to 10 horses.
Years ago, right?
Right.
I'm focused on my horse.
So you got him at 24 to 1, but was he like middle of the odds, middle of the pack odds?
No, he's one of the longer ones.
One of the long shots.
Yeah.
All right.
You bet the whole 100?
I did. And I bet, I bet
one horse.
50 to win in place. It means if he runs second,
okay, you get something.
You get something, right?
But first you get
the 24 to 1 at first.
He won by 8 lengths. He wired.
Oh,
never
way.
in doubt. Never in doubt. Never in doubt.
That's why you're hooked on them long shots now.
No,
David loves the long shot.
David loves just a winner. But this happened to be fantastic, right? Now
Unbelievable.
But you said you were familiar with the jockey.
Yeah,
right?
well, I was familiar. I mean,
you
I didn't just blind bet a 24 to 1
Okay.
shot, right?
Okay.
So I decided to go all in on my account. I hit it,
Parlay.
right? And I took every bit of that and I put it on the Ravens. Now, I put half of it on the money line and I took the points for the other half. I had one of my best gambling days that I had in a long time.
What was the money line, plus 160?
Something like that. Yeah.
It wasn't crazy, but it was plus.
But I remember I had
wow, so you won the 2,400?
800 plus the points.
Huh?
800 plus
Plus
the points.
It's better odds, right?
Well, no, plus the points.
No, I'm saying if it's like plus 250 or minus 250, you can win, but
right.
if you have plus 250, you're going to win more.
Oh, yeah, you're going with 2.5 times.
So
you just put the decimal in the middle there.
So I put 800 on Baltimore plus the points, and I had.
I push again 4 or 5, something like that.
It was something like that. Yeah, I can't remember. But
didn't matter. They won the game. They didn't need them.
I put 600 on the money line.
So 800, 600.
800, 600.
Wow, 600 to win. 900 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
900 plus the 800.
Well, it's 800 to win like 7 something.
Yeah. So let's say 900 on the money line winner, and then 700.
So
1,600.
So I cashed out like 3,400.
3,400.
What year was that?
What year
Who
was
the quarterback then?
Don't tell me.
Who was
the quarterback for the Ravens?
Baltimore Ravens quarterback. Chat, help us out, guys. For that Super Bowl.
I can't believe I can't remember.
I can't. The Ravens Niners Super Bowl.
Stump them.
Ravens quarterback.
Dilfer won the one before that.
It was kind of a fill-in guy.
We're gonna find out.
That defense won it, obviously.
Flacco wasn't there.
Flacco. It was Flacco. Joe Flacco.
Very good. How do I not?
Joe Flacco. I don't know how. We had a brain cramp, guys. Yeah. Niners quarterback was the running guy, Nevada, Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Kaepernick.
Wow.
And when the lights went out, the Ravens were dominating that game.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely dominating the game. The lights
and then the Niners got back in.
The Niners got right back in it after. Yeah, you wonder, like the momentum, right?
Yeah.
Who's pulling that plug?
Yeah.
Right. Lights go out at the Super Bowl. Come on. Lights go out at the Super Bowl. Really?
Yeah.
And we say funny that we.
The Scott Foster of the NFL did that.
Yeah. What are the odds?
The ref,
right?
the Chris Paul ref. Scott Foster came in, must have did
That's
something.
Yeah,
I'll hold a Scott Foster grudge as long as I live.
All right, before we get out of here, NBA games today. You guys
let's look, guys.
See if likes anything.
So, I've got my Memphis money line, babe. Memphis -1, is it? I teased it down because Memphis is 7, I think.
Yeah, 7 now.
Against Oklahoma, the lowly OKC guys. OKC's kind of like if SGA gets going, they can be dangerous, but they got a bunch of losses, man. And Memphis is 1.
They're really young. They got a lot of guys nobody knows.
They're inconsistent, right? OKC sitting here at 11 and 18. They're 13th in the West. Memphis 19-9, won 7 in a row. They're rolling. The line's moved up to 8.5. So all the Memphis money's coming in on Vegas because it was 7. Now it's 8.5.
These are the games where teams play. They play down to their opponent. OKC, they have nothing to lose. They're young. They go out. I want Memphis to win. I really like Memphis, but
you're getting 8 points.
You got to be scared of.
You're getting 290 on. You're getting 300 basically on Thunder. You take Thunder to win, you're getting 3 to 1.
I'm not betting it.
I know.
I'm not betting it, but
I got Memphis -1. They've won 7 in a row. It's an alternate. I brought it down from 7 when I placed it to 1. How does that lose?
Yeah.
So let's go. I got Memphis -1 in my ticket here on a teaser. What other NBA do I have? Another? I think that might be the only one I had on. That's the only one I got on this one. But another game that is on a back-to-back is the Mavericks. Boy, when the Mavericks play bad and Luka doesn't score, they look like the worst
Awful.
team in the
Yeah,
league.
yeah.
They score 88 points or something. So when the Mavericks look bad, they look bad. And they played last night, so they're on a back-to-back in Cleveland. They went from Dallas to Cleveland last night. So they're -4 against Cleveland. Cleveland didn't play last night, I'm assuming. Let's look here.
Luka 33,
Cleveland
6
schedule.
and 9
Yeah, they did. Cleveland played last night, but it was at home.
against the Pacers.
Yeah. So,
Cleveland's not bad.
yeah, Cleveland -4 because
Mitchell had 40.
Dallas traveling and played last night. They're traveling from Dallas. They were home.
To Cleveland.
Yeah. So.
And that spread is what? Dallas what? -?
Yeah. Dallas getting 4 points. So Cleveland favored to win the game by 4. Cleveland -4 there. Line sitting at 215. It's at 215. It's a little in the middle, maybe a lower than most games because, again,
I think I'll take the over on that.
If Luka scores his 33, yeah. But if he doesn't, they don't get production from nobody hardly.
Who's going to guard him? Who do you think Cleveland's going to put on him?
Oh, you can't guard Luka. You just have to pray.
He's good.
All right, guys. Any final thoughts before we get out of here? We got about 1 minute.
Let's see here. We got 3 minutes, don't we?
Well, we're gonna be done in about 1, maybe 2.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because I want to hit the right button.
Yeah.
You think I'm kidding?
No.
We made it this far.
No other NBA plays I like. There's nothing else I really like here today.
I just want to see some good game. I think.
There's a Mexico City game today. Spurs and Heat.
Utah, Milwaukee will be I think that'll be a good.
That's going to be a
two good teams.
Playoff teams playing each other today in Milwaukee.
Portland, Houston.
Utah's surprising this year, aren't they?
Yeah.
Markkanen's a scoring machine.
He can play.
Yeah.
Mismatch, size, can shoot, athletic.
When was he drafted? Any idea?
Yeah.
2-3 years ago?
Yeah.
Wasn't that far? He's only been around a little bit.
3.
But
Chicago, maybe second or third.
No, we're going to be watching the Vikings game. That's going to be the.
What time's his first game?
Colts and Vikings at noon. That's going to be the. Everybody's liking. A lot of people liking the Colts for some reason. If the Vikings lose this one.
Saturday on a Saturday. Think about it. Jeff Saturday.
Yeah.
Jeff Saturday playing on a Saturday. Saturday playing on Saturday.
All right, I think that's where we end.
And I like. Lastly, guys, take this Oregon State game. Florida ain't got a quarterback.
Who?
He's gone. Florida, Anthony Richardson's gone. He's went to the NFL. He's opted out. Oregon State's -8. It was 6. It's moved to 8. Money's coming in on the Beavers of Oregon State, and Florida doesn't have a quarterback. Roll with the Beavers today, guys.
All right. Yeah, we're going to get out of here. Earl, thanks for joining us. Earl Barron, everyone.
Thank you.
Of course, Clemson John. For Pete Sipple, my name's David Sharp.
We'll see you in 2 weeks, guys.
2 weeks.
Merry Christmas, Happy holidays, all that good stuff.
Yep.
Said it for me. All right. Have a great time. See you guys later.
Yep.
We're out. Let me see if I press the right button.